I don't even hear myself. Did you check? Where'd the music go? Check. Hold up. What up? Can't hear myself. Deal with this. Check. Manual, what up? Give me a couple minutes to solve this issue that I'm having over here. Good. That's better. Having technical difficulties. What up? Damn it. Happy Friday in the house. And you know what, man? I'm just going to start it a little something like this. Happy Friday. As we get ready, yo, welcome to Last Call Podcast live in the house. Check that the mic is on, everything is on. I got some weirdness happening on my computer this weekend, and I rushed to get here too. So hopefully it does whatever the hell it's supposed to do. There we go. Now we got power. All right. See who's in the house. Emmanuel, what up? What up? Happy Friday. Yes, Schoolie D. I've been thinking about putting on Schoolie D like all damn week. I'm like, you know what, man? I got to start this off with some Schoolie D in the house. So I wanted to throw that on. You know, I'm going to put on songs every once in a while until they and just clip it out if they try to hit me with the copyright strike, you know. Got a little bit of food in front of me, a little bit of drink in front of me. I was running around trying to get back to the pad. Yeah, you realize that Ice-T himself, he said that he used this, he wrote off of this. You know, this was his blueprint to start, you know, his 6 a.m. and his gangster rap vibes, man. True story, clips out there. I just remember he said that in an interview, man. And yeah, it's funny, man. A lot of that, I guess he didn't have a lot of sounds going out at the time. But when you heard this, and I guess you were gangster like Ice-T, you were like, yo, I got to put something on this, man. And rappers did that back. I mean, they do that now. They rap over the same beats and shit, you know, just for whatever remixes and all that reason stuff. But remember that beat, Heartbeat? Doom, 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 doom. You know, the Treacherous 3 and like 5 groups from New York rapped over that, man. And, you know, that was the beat for a while to do that. And they also did the whole Wild Style thing. What's the Wild Style? All the rap groups, if you go to that record, they use the one beat that I can't quite remember right now. But they all rapped over that too, man. And, you know, we have today, I guess it's even easier to spread the audio around and just throw on what you can on there too, man. You know, I was, we tried to clean up a few loose ends that I have. So I don't know. I remembered. I think Tiz was talking about lyrics one day, and there was one line. I don't even know if this is the line, but this is the line this week that hit me off of a Tupac album because I was trying to explain something to somebody, and what the hell was it? Give me a second, collecting my thoughts. So Tupac had it out with, she could have been a senator or something. Remember C. Dolores Tucker, right? She was real critical with Tupac and trying to get his albums, pulled from the radio. I think she was also involved with doing one of those steamrolling events, where they get out. Seymour or Calvin Butts was part of that too. But C. Dolores Tucker was really a thorn in Tupac's side. And he didn't, he referenced it a few times, about the rap game and politicians and people getting in his business and stuff. But in that song, How Do You Want It? Remember that? He addressed it. He did a simple line. Dolores Tucker, you's a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy a brother. And I think it's just one little line, but it's like, damn, I really felt that line. To use to call somebody that, first of all, and I know it's hip hop and it's cussing and this and that, but you know how you feel when you call somebody, you's a motherfucker, dude. And he says, instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy a brother. So you're not even going to look at him as a brother, man. And I just found that to be like, yo, that was he slid that into How Do You Want It? A song for like dancing and women and all that shit with KC and JoJo. And he just slipped that one little gem in there where I just thought like, shit, dude, that, I don't know. That's just one of the lyrics I felt. See, Dolores, you a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy a brother. And that's kind of the way that I feel. I might as well get into it. Well, before I get into it, let me go into, the housekeeping and stuff like that. Yeah, man, it was dope. I mean, other artists, they're known for their flow and some of the wordplay and stuff like that. But Pac was just really good on emotions and, expressing like, I don't know what people have been through in their lives and stuff, but I really felt when he like said that shit. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, we got 2 of the 3 partners in house, and we established something last night. I'm going to wait for Rodney to make our announcement. You got Last Call 3.5 in the house. What up, the partners? Tizzy Tiz. Chilling. My man Face. What up? We're going to be doing that, man. We're going to be doing that. Definitely appreciate it. Let out a video last night that we're going to talk about in a few minutes concerning Angel Reese and RG3, the Dum Dum. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, I'm going to talk about it a little bit too and a couple of the other things. I was checking out the partners, did a live last night. They normally do Saturdays and stuff. I don't know if you guys are going to do Saturdays or not. You could let me know. You could let us know here. But I think they did, they did Thursdays for a reason. They did it. And it was a good one, man. It was a good live. They went back in the day. They got an old school pic of them on the thumbnail looking like Another Bad Creation. Like they were going to sing some R&B or something like that. And yeah, they had some good conversations. And yeah, Tiz, I don't know if you heard that part of the conversation, but, you guys were talking music and stuff like that too. And because of it, it could have been a top 3 or something like that, but was just a lyric that I was trying to remember. See, Dolores, you a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy a brother. Last night I was first partners, man. What is up? Do you know I was backstage for like 45 minutes waiting for you guys to put me on? You never put me on, man. What up with that? But yeah, you guys were talking a whole bunch of stuff. Then you brought in the wrestling. Then you brought in your old school days, your old pimp days, and you were talking about that. So I didn't have much to add with that anyway. So I was like, all right, cool. Do that too. It was funny, I was watching YouTube, and funny thing, when you guys were looking for a lighter last night, remember that? You're like, where's the lighter? Where's the lighter? Blah, 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 blah. There was a true crime documentary about Florida. They were going through the Zopound dudes. What up, Steph? And they did this crime. It was a retaliation drug deletion. And these Haitian dudes, I'm not sure if they got Aryan dudes, but they were white dudes. And, they did them execution style in a car, in an Altima, drove them way out to the, Florida swampish type place, put them in the side of the road, did them execution style, left them in their seats, in the car seat, put gas, fuel all over the car, in the car, all that stuff. And when they finished all that, 3 of these Haitian guys, then they turned around and said, who got the lighter? Nobody had a lighter. Because nobody had a lighter, they had to go out and drive to go get one. In that meantime, somebody pulled over, saw the car, called the cops, and threw all the evidence in the car. They got caught. Anyway, your struggles last night made me think of that, man. And part of that also. Aisha. Did you look at the, first of all, Emmanuel, did you look at the picture? Don't make me have to go get the picture out. I'll do it just so I got to prove my point over here. Let's take a look at these guys. I'm going to do it. You know what we got to do? We got to do another Bum Rush the Show. Who's going live tonight? Maybe we could bum rush a show tonight. Where's the partners? Look at what I'm going to do. Here we go. Hope everybody's good on your Friday. I can't show the whole thing over here. You're going to have to squint. Who's that? Right there. Right under the partners logo. It's another bad creation. Look at those two. Check out my homeboys, the partners, doing it. They had Pat back in the house, and you guys had a good one last night. I was listening between the car and going back home, and I did try to tap in, as I said. You guys would not let me on the show, man. But I want to wait for a brother of a certain age. But I'll give you guys a little bit of preview. There's been a little bit of controversy going on about who has what mic on the Partners show. Now, there's 3 brothers on there. They do it 1, 2, 3. They come on and they say, I'm Tiz, 1/3 of the Partners, blah, blah, blah. But they have honorary partners as I am one. And I was told they possibly have about 8 people, which is real nice. And, I wasn't really vying for a 4th mic or anything like that. But a brother of a certain age out of nowhere goes out on a live that I'm not even part of and sends out a message that he's the 4th mic and to put me 5th. The nerve of this guy. So we had to clear some stuff up, man. And I think we may have come up with an affable solution last night as I was tuned into the partners. And I had suggested maybe I should be 3.5 mics, Not as important as the 3, but definitely more important than the rest. So I might be, a brother of a certain age might be able to have 4th. I might have to have that. But the truth is, there is no ranking. We're all just honorary partners with a welcome Matt onto the show, man. And I appreciate that. It's all fun. I'm just joking. Yeah, Manuel, man, that Zopound ain't no joke. And they even said a little bit about it. So a little FYI as we get into this too. So Zopound, apparently, you know what Zo is like. That's has to do with the bones and the strong structure in Haiti. That's their thing. A Zo. If you're a Zo, man. But Zopound particularly came from the dog pound. So I don't know. It's to be rumored, and with the beginnings, it's actually in a book about the beginnings of Miami. The black culture in Miami, especially the Haitians coming in and how they carved a way out, doing like the pirating of the ships, the cocaine, and robbing the drug dealers. And trying to rule the ports. Haitians, man, no joke. And let's just and shout out to Haitians, man, because they get a bad rap. They fought for their independence and they suffer for it to this day. And but apparently they were listening to the Dog Pound, and that's where they put Zo Pound together, man. And they've been rocking that shit ever since, and it's thick. You hear Zo Pound in Miami, man. You listen. You listen. You know what I'm saying? Faces. They should have had some matches. They should have had something. Or they should have done it like Hollywood style. Walk away, slow-mo, shoot up the vehicle, and then have a fireball like Die Hard behind you, man. No, Steph, they didn't go back to the scene, man. I guess, by the time I don't even know if they had intentions to come back, but because that time lapsed in there, man. You guys look good from your Aisha picture. Aisha. I can't even name another song that group came out with other than that song. That was a big ass hit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they were gonna go back, but they got caught. One guy that was like running Florida. That's the way. It's always on some stupid shit, right? Always on some stupid shit. And I do have I already made it my mind of the documentary that I want to show you guys, that we want to go over. So we did a few already. For those of you who don't know, all right, we did the Kendrick Johnson. Remember that? And that was a good time. I'm so happy that you guys received the shit. Not because I think it's like over your heads or anything like that. Just because when whatever you guys expect to see or hear when you tune in, man. So these are things, of course, that interest me. And I'm like, what, these dudes, if they're really rocking, they'll rock and they'll like this and appreciate it too. And totally, man, you guys did that. And we had a good time with that one. So I wanted to do that a few more times, but I didn't want to, oversaturate it other than our conversations and all that stuff too, with them too, man. Them 8th grade girls grown and still love us. All right. That was a huge, my bad. All right. You got the link ASAP next week. All right. Next week we making room. So the next one we did was the Exonerated 5. And it was from Sandra and Ken Burns. And again, man, showed it. You guys showed a lot of interest in it. You had good commentary while we were doing that too. And man, we received it. I feel like it was good. It was good for us. Our small community and the large community as a whole. So I really enjoyed doing that and sharing that with you guys too. The next one, if you guys didn't hear about this case, which I'm sure you did, Khalif Browder. I'll give you a minute to see if you know that name, if you recollect anything as well. He's the next dude that we are going to look into. Let me see what you're saying over here, Tiz. And damn it, this thing's so far away from me. I got a plate full of food in front of my face that I wasn't even able to touch. I'm waiting for Josephine so I could eat this food while she talks. but well, wait, she's supposed to be showing up. She said she was, and she wasn't. Tiz might jump on here. Above a certain age might jump on here. It's all cool. We're gonna do what we do when we do what we do. You and Rod were our first two. Y'all both four. And then it's just rest. All right, I could dig that too. Man. It's all good. Rest, yeah. It's cool, man. You guys there wasn't much I could add to. You guys were reminiscing about your hoe days, and there wasn't much I could add to that. But it was fun listening to hear you guys reminisce over your old days. So that's cool. Yeah. So the next one I want to do is Khalif Browder. He was, I don't want to give away too much. And Steph, you should be here for that. I don't know if I'm going to do it next week. I don't know, but soon, within the 2 weeks that I do this, the live, Emmanuel might know who he is over here. Yes, Emmanuel, you get to learn some good stuff. If it's done right, it gives you the information. It doesn't just, if a real professional puts a documentary together, right? Wasn't that the young brother that committed suicide because delete himself because of the bullshit charge they gave him over a backpack? That is the dude. But the real case is that he was underage, just like Corey from the Exonerated Five. The last name slips me right now. He wasn't even an adult, and they sent him to an adult prison, Rikers. And what that did with him, that uncovered the corruption in there. The program, I think they referred to, if you ever, maybe we'll get into this. Maybe that's another one that we could look into. We could branch out after the Khalif Browder documentary too. Netflix did a documentary. I believe it was backed up by Jay-Z. So respect for him for putting that on. But yeah, they put him in there. And the thing is, putting somebody in Rikers, but that's also more of a holding place. That's not even where these guys are supposed to be while they're awaiting trial. You know what I'm saying? So to do that and to have a guy that's 16 years old and you just get buried. You get buried in the system, which is what happened to him, right? And, it goes through his troubles of basically him just getting rejected and lost in the system. But while he's getting lost in the system, they're straight up abusing. He's got to fight every single day. He's getting beat up sometimes. He could fight. He could throw hands and all that, which is what he was doing. But also, jail is the bullshit, man. You can't just go in there and be like, just leave me alone. I want to do my time, because that's what guys like him tried to do. But they force you to have to fight. The guards turn a blind eye, and let the hierarchy of the prison system get to you. So, people talk about, the chomos and all those dudes in prison getting dealt with, but they fuck with dudes just because you got some savages in there. Not everybody, but I guess when you got some years or you're not getting out, or if you're just a piece of shit, the only power you got, you're going to make it more difficult on somebody, man. That's my theory in there. I got my theory that someday I might want to present it officially, but I call it, hold on, I'm just picking something off the floor without trying to lose the microphone. I got a theory that says I call it the king of detention, and it's exactly things like that. I'm breaking it down to the simplest form, so I call it the king of detention. And it's people, I went to detention, you went to detention. It's people who have the pride of ruling that space because they can. And they have the pride of ruling that bubble, of being nasty in that bubble, of controlling the hierarchy of that bubble. But on the outside of detention, that shit really doesn't matter. Outside of what's happening in Rikers and all these other places, even though there's a system in there, You got to follow rules, not the rules from the institution, but the rules of the prisoners that they establish. You know how when people come out and they say, well, this is the way that it is, I get respect in prison. Outside here in real life, that shit does not matter, man. That's why I call it the king of detention. There's no, you're a man in there, but out here in real life, in the real world, shit just does not matter, man. So yeah, you say, I remember that now, cause in the story, when you like, I don't want to give the whole thing away and all that, man. But yeah, and he seemed like a decent dude, just a decent kid. On top of that, man, and when he came out, he couldn't manage. He couldn't manage at home, man. And the shit is just so sad. So I got a couple, I guess, of the documentaries that they have on YouTube. So we'll check that out too. Which reminds me of another. Now that you put this one down here, Emmanuel, you should check out the Stanford Prison Experiment. Is that the one where they separated the prisoners and gave certain prisoners rights or something like that? And they were exercising it against the other one. I know there's a few. I know there's one where they were able to like shock or something the prisoners. Which one is that? Yeah, I guess that's exactly what it's called, Emmanuel. The behind the wall politics of that stuff is really crazy, man. And that's how some people get along. It's an extortion, it's a racket to control you, to get your commissary, to get your snacks. Even if you're trying to make a phone call home and stuff, there's a system on that. And you got to play. They do stuff to test you in there, like, hey, you're going to need protection on your first night, blah, 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 blah. Nah, I'm cool, man. I'm not going to roll. I'm just going to, next day, you're going to have somebody fighting you. Sorry, just taking a bite of food. So I don't know. Don't go. Don't go. It is not the joint. Anybody real who comes out of there tells you that ain't the place to be, homie. All this glorification of that shit, don't do it. Okay, so you're telling me what this is over here? It's where they took students from Stanford. Okay, so yeah. Some of them prison guards and some of them the inmates. Put them in the real environment and watch how brutal they became. Yeah. So the guys in charge became corrupt, like they were really the thing, and they were calling to get out of that too. So it shows you, man. It shows you what the craziness is in there. Now, from the outside, we want to say, shit, well, they hire people, they got COs and blah, 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 blah. First of all, you hear that they're always understaffed, right? There's only but a few of them and hundreds of inmates. So you can't cover all of the goings on of that too. And while I even talk about that, there's another one, Emmanuel. I hate not remembering names and stuff, but I think this one happened maybe in the 70s where the prisoners took over the institution. And they like held the guards hostage. They got payback on some of the chomos and some of the snitches and all that kind of stuff. And it was an ugly, ugly, ugly scene. So there's that one too. We might have to pencil that one in. I think that one's tied close with the Soledad brothers. Remember that one too? First night, you better say, get this shit off my bed. Yeah, you got to establish. It's going to be consequences and repercussions. You got to practice that speech going in there, man. It means we really run the interior prison. Yeah, Yeah, and then by the time they come in, man, it's too late. Attica, yeah, Attica, Attica. And the basis for a lot of this is just that I think the food, you think, well, they're in prison, but still they got a right to certain things too. Even food that's not spoiled and, shit like that. And in a couple of these cases, that's exactly what they were fighting for. Just like, fuck, man, just give me a decent meal in a place that doesn't have mole and rats going through it. Although you want to argue some of those guys with some of the crimes they may have committed, fuck it, you know. But we are in a first world nation. We can't resort to that kind of stuff at the same time, So yeah, do me a favor if you're out there checking me out for the first time. Like, share, subscribe to the Last Call channel. This is the once a week live drop a video, what I'm going to get into. I dropped it late last night. Normally I like to drop it Tuesday, Wednesday, but damn it. You know what it is, man. It's summertime. You're here, there, you're everywhere. You think you have more time than you do. It's still light outside. You're like, God damn, it's almost 9 o'clock. I go do this thing. And before I even... No, I'm going to wait for that one over here. So I'll just talk about it a little bit. Talk about it slowly. See what kind of reactions we get from this. And, the Soledad brothers were accused of bringing a guard to his ultimate demise. Yeah, there was a lot of that. And I think Angela Davis had something that she was locked up for a reason. I don't want to get all my facts all messed up. Talking about this stuff might be easier just to play a little of the clip of this, man. Well, I got you, Steph. I'm going to take a little detour before I get into a few things. So what we're talking about this, and we're talking about some of the unbelievable cases. I think you were still on here when I was talking about Khalif Browder, if you know that story, right? We talked about the exonerated 5 and stuff like that too. Give me something. Give me, I don't want to hear your worst injustice of something, maybe something that enlightened you about the law throughout your travels, maybe through one of these, documentaries or one of these cases, Asada Shakur, yes, of a police officer, we believe that's what she was accused of. But we don't know, and there she is. She's still alive. She's still in Cuba, with asylum over there as well. Give me something if you can, Steph. Not necessarily you didn't know how crazy people could get, or you didn't know how depraved, or maybe something that pissed you off, something that gave you some insight into the law during your studies, or some case that you looked into. I'd like to hear it. You could jump up and tell me, pop up on here, or you could just, write a few sentences in there if you can. I'd appreciate that. While I had you up here, I just thought of that, because I know you got all loads of insight. I saw the RG3 video, but it was, oh, damn it, I dropped it again. But I don't remember him being a good quarterback. I saw a little bit of the beginning. I don't know if they would put the bust name on him, but I think it was a knee injury or something like that. So he had to end his career early. And from all cases, I think he was pretty decent, they say. Um, but that's neither here nor there for me. He has it. So, all right, we're gonna get into that in just a second over here. Hang on, he sucked. He was overrated. Okay, so you would consider him a bust, also. All right, cool, cool. Not too far off with that, also. All right, so over time, I believe he has a podcast. Oh, we got Stephanie Collins. She's going to answer my thing here. I was arguing with the prosecutor once about the allegations against my client, and he was strident that my client needed a felony conviction and a prison sentence. I'll bet a short one. So, what was it about that? Was it like, oh, this isn't so written in stone? There's maneuverability in almost every aspect of the law. I realized he was talking that he didn't know anything about the case. Okay. I asked him if he looked at the case. He said yes. And isn't that, if we even take it back to the exonerated five, like they needed a conviction, right? And that's all that really, they didn't matter what they had to twist and turn, deny, push away evidence, all that stuff. They needed to, and that's what people have to look at. You're not bringing your case to the the case for justice. You're up against very tough opponents. And I said, did my client allegedly do this too? Okay. And that's one of my favorite lines, by the way. If I ever get to play this speech from Malcolm X, if we ever have like a Malcolm X date or something, he was very clearly stating why he wasn't with the current civil rights movement from Martin Luther King. Not that he had a problem with it, with him particularly, but Malcolm X said, you can't fight your oppressors on the grounds of the oppressor. You can't bring your case to the people that are oppressing you. This is when he was making his case for bringing Black American civil rights to the world court, like the Jewish people did. And he said, you don't bring your case to the criminal. You bring your criminal to court. That man just had a hell of a way of not illuminating, saying stuff. What's the goddamn word that I'm looking for? I'm trying to read stuff, get this all together. I'm not that organized on this. And he knew he was caught, but he bluffed and gave me an answer that was wrong. And that, at that point, were you all in, like the good guys versus the bad guys? And then did this thing make you see like, oh, this target moves a lot? Have you guys heard about the recent story? This guy's lawyer got him 10. I was seeing something like that. I read it briefly. Yeah, I think it was like 8 years or something like that versus the 30 days in jail, and thanked him for it. We'll probably look into that for a second after this RBG thing. Tiz says Lamar Jackson before his injury, entire story has been corny. So let's just get into this. I'm dropping stuff. Ugh. Get a little drinky drink, just apple juice. Don't worry. I don't think I'm hydrating enough. Over here. Well. Look who it is. Good morning, Joe. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you. I had you on twice. I had to turn that down. What's up?
What's
What's up? What's up? What we talking about?
up? We're talking about stuff, man. Holy. We're about to get into some stuff right now, but hang on as I had Steph telling me about her I guess somewhat of an epiphany, something that ignited certain interest in what she's doing. She says no sound. Still no sound, Lorna? Lorna. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Good. We got the sound. I don't know. Joe just came on here and messed everything up. Um,
Yeah, always.
so
That's just what I do. I show
this
up.
is what you do. So I don't know. I just had a question out of the blue for Steph, and I was asking her like the something that gave her a particular insight, along her travels in the law world, and she was explaining this case that's over there in the chat, and I'm just trying to get what the overall lesson was to that, and I kind of think I don't want to put words in her mouth, like that people weren't as passionate, about the law or doing their job as maybe you would have liked to believe going into that profession. Is it something like that? The stuff was epiphany, but it was one of the times that you were angry that that could happen, like physically angry. I got you. That is wild stuff. Yeah, man, it is just that is nuts. That is nuts. And we're on the verge of getting into the RG3 thing. Joe, while you're on here, good for you to finally make it. What is going on with you on Friday?
Oh,
What up?
so I was catching up with one of my friends, and then I was cooking real quick, and so I'm done now. Sorry. Look, listen, I was
Hey.
supposed. I thought about, well, maybe I'll go tomorrow morning, but yeah, it was one of. Listen, Thursday wore me out. This whole work week, so I'm still worn out. And plus, you went live in the middle of the week.
It wasn't even a real live. I might even have to delete that because I was checking stuff out, and everybody jumped on there, and I was like, it ended up being like an hour and a half. When I seriously was like, I'm gonna jump on here for 5 minutes, see if this thing works or how it works, which I didn't even end up using tonight anyway. Um, and then everybody jumped on, and then it's like talking to some old friends. So we just stayed on there too, man. But I promised to come back on Friday. This is that, and here I am. All right. So
But I'm just
yeah.
in time. I'm just in time for the topic. See, because I read up. I watched a couple of videos about it, heard about it, heard Shaquille O'Neal talk about it, heard a lot of people chiming in on it. Even who else?
All right. You
Corey
want to
Holcomb
lead this
did
one
it.
while I start eating my food a little bit?
See, that's why I was cooking. Uh,
Did you eat yet, or are you trying to eat during the thing?
nah, I'm not gonna try to eat the anything. I ate a little bit, and then when I get off, I'll probably eat again.
All right.
I made
Well,
taco salad. What you eating?
you ate taco salad? What did you say?
No, I made taco salad. What you eating?
I heard taco salad.
Right, that's what I made.
Oh, okay. That's what I asked. I got pasta,
Oh,
penne noodles, little shrimplets in it, uh, some vegetables, not that much. Whole lot of sauce that I burnt because as soon as I got in the door, we actually started at 9:15 today. I had to get everything ready, putting this thing up, putting the food away, getting clothes out of the way, loading this computer up, and yeah, so it was a mess until I actually got here and threw on the stuff, So, but I was only able to eat a shrimp here, and and a couple noodles here, so it didn't sound like I was eating in the meantime, you know.
Well, it does sound like you're eating, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, that's why I'm running late because I was cooking. so I didn't want to burn. I didn't listen. I didn't burn mine up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't do. He knows we could be on here for 2, 3 hours, and I'd just be thinking about food the whole time. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta something, do something, you know. Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
didn't actually watch the commentary of what the guy did. I just watched the response of the people responding to what he was
All
what
right.
he did. It was an image of her or like
Yeah.
an image of a monkey or something.
Yeah, yeah. I'll set it
Yes.
up, and then you could lead the whole discussion here over here.
Okay.
We have first of all, it's not Josephine. It is Josephine the Destroyer, even though she just changed her name to a name I gave her, Josephine the
Yes.
Chatavist. But you know what I don't like? I don't like that little heart in front of you because what if we're in the chat? I got to put a heart for your name to pop up.
No, you don't. You just put like at and then you start off. Really? Listen, just call me Joe. I can see you. Ain't
No,
that
no, I
mean?
hate it when people do this.
But
I
I like it
put
when
the
people do it.
Put the joke because I want the reason if I use the computer, I want the name to pop up. I don't otherwise I might as well do it on my phone where I don't know why they sort everything out. Why the hell wouldn't they sort that out where the name would just pop up on the stupid phone? And then you're talking to 50 people and it's like, dude, I'm out. I'm out. I can't do this. You know? Sorry,
Well,
Emmanuel,
you know,
man.
how to, you know how to paste and copy. What is it on command copy? Just put it on a sticky
I
or a
don't know if you
note.
could do it like that.
Right now, I
You
have it. Let
can't.
me
I'm talking
see.
about on your phone.
Oh,
On your phone, you can't do that.
if you have an
Look at
iPhone, you
Emmanuel. He's
can.
gonna heat up an old ass burrito.
If
You
you have an
can
if you
on your
have an
iPhone. I don't
iPhone, you
know.
can just make it a shortcut.
I'll
Do
look it
you
up.
have an
All
iPhone?
this. Oh, crying out loud! Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to teach you how
I'm
to
not.
use
I'm
it.
not doing making me do too much work over here, man.
Well, listen,
All right.
I can take the heart off in a couple of days. That's what they'll say. So I'll take it off.
You
I'll put it
should
on again.
make make it easy on people. Make it easy on people, man. You know. Batch cooking is the best for you to spend half a day cooking. Yeah, yeah, it is. I'm horrible at that stuff, especially when work is busy. I go out and buy more than I should. Sub Black Anonymous in the house. What up? What up? What up? All right. So let's get into this RG3 thing. So we've already heard a little bit of the background. In the sports world, he would basically be considered a bust, right? Meaning he didn't live up to his potential and all the hype around him, you know. And he had an injury, suffered an injury that also shortened his career a little bit. So since that, he had a couple spots as a commentator. I believe he has a podcast. He has a presence online. All right. Um, in his commentating, going back and forth, he managed to have a little spat with Angel Reese. Sorry. Um, Now we know how this stuff gets. Shaq is even guilty of doing this too. Somebody helped me out there with the name where it got real personal, and their mamas had to come in and be like, "Yo, back up," right? So, but with RG3, his comments. Let me base it like this: I'm not a fan of Angel Reese. I've said it in my video that she's part of this generation uh, didn't create a legacy or live up to the hype before she actually did anything, which is fine. This is kind of how things happen today. You know, the hype is made before you watch somebody grow and live up to their potential. Versus we're just giving all the accolades and we're giving the flowers before they're actually putting down real work and putting down numbers like they're supposed to. They're not doing the job. But RG3's comments with her seems very petty, very cherry pickish with her. Like, it's not even about the game. A lot of the comments, it's about her as a person. So those sort of comments were going back and forth. Um, so his one of his biggest things is caping for Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin Clark is very talented. I'm never going to be a WNBA fan and watch a whole game. I just watch like, all right, looks like she knows what she's doing, whatever, whatever. Either or even with me not liking Angel Reese that much as a basketball player, I would never demean her as a person and try to put somebody down. He's done that. And the tipping point of what he just did lately is she was on the cover for what's it called? 2K. This is the basketball game that people play, like video game, right? And it's come like before they released this game, it's become like a Wheaties box, like it's a prestigious thing to be. You know, even when they do the throwback games, I think they had like Iverson on one, and they got a couple of old school dudes on there too. So to make the cover is actually a pretty big deal, right? He took her image on the 2K game. Basically, she's like driving the ball, you know, between two people, I think, is the original image. And he took that, photoshopped it, and very much like the blackface thing that I did, you know, a couple weeks ago or whatever, he made her full body gorilla in her uniform, taking her out and putting the picture of the gorilla in. So this is the thing that a lot of people are reacting to. Shaq's reaction to that was something like, I don't think he reacted to kind of like the blackface aspect of it. He was just like, just lay off. So he's like, dude, I'm going to knock you out if you keep persisting. Leave her alone on the deal. So he was bothered on that level. So, of course, more people, more analysts, more commentators, more people, more critiques are coming out saying, like, dude, like, what kind of level shit were you on to even think about doing this? Now, I also want to add on top of that, RG3 is married to a white woman, which in most cases, I really don't have a problem. I'm not this pro-black, whatever, whatever. In most cases, I think love is love. Gravitate around who you are and who you grew up with. But saying that, there's also a demographic of black men that think it's like a social status or a step up or a superiority complex to marry a white woman. So he feeds into every stereotype that type of relationship is given. So he's also catching the backlash for that because he just doesn't get it, right? And that's basically a lot of the backlash and everything that you're seeing now related to RG3 and Angel Reese. And the good thing about this, that when we say, well, when do we have each other's backs, you know, in cases like this and whatnot, this is a good example. A lot of people are coming out of the woodwork like, no, this is where we stop on this sort of thing to actually have her back and put an end to this kind of stuff too. So that's basically more or less in a nutshell. Where are you? Are you there?
Of
Talk,
course, I'm here.
or talking to myself the whole time. I'm like,
No, I heard you. I just muted myself. So, what it sounds like to me is like you said, it's that whole badge of honor if I get with a, um,
mm,
because I don't have an issue with a black man being with whoever they want to be with.
right,
9 times out of 10, black women probably not checking for him anyway, unless they're gold diggers.
right,
So, so get in where you fit in. But my thing is that It's the disrespect of women. Like, why do we have these men who are out here thinking that it's okay to trash black women for
Yeah.
their their counterparts? I think that it wouldn't matter if it was her. It would be anybody, any female. Like you know, um, if it was a a white woman and it was the gymnast, he would do the same thing to her too. Like I think that there's a generation of males who really have something negative to say, but I also heard that he was trying to make it seem like he was just pointing out that this happened and that was what he was trying to say now, that he wasn't trying to go at her, but he was just pointing, he was just reposting something. So what do you think about that?
With my mouth full of food. Hang on. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I tried to eat while you were doing that.
No, but
Honestly.
I'm in the same position. But
So
yeah, go ahead.
I put in my video, and if people haven't heard this, um, you should go back and take a listen. I always remember this one thing from, you know what? We actually have time to play it, so I'm gonna play it over here. Um, this one clip from Richard Pryor. I put it in my video in case you guys didn't see my video, but my computer's just going a little slow. But it would be so much better if he said it. So I got it up here for a second. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, here we go. Is this it? All right. Listen up for a second. This explains it way better than I'm ever going to be able to explain it. And something that Richard Pryor says, um, he's talking about Leon Spinks and a couple things, but he also just is poignant. When we talk about minds,
Hello.
this is poignant.
That's what gives him such heart to fight. Leon say, I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got no money.
Can you hear it?
I ain't got no teethus. And I definitely ain't got no driver's license.
Hang on.
Worked in St. Louis, man, about 4 weeks ago, and there was about 10,000 people in the audience, and all them motherfuckers look like Leon Spinks. Even the white people look like Leon Spinks in St. Louis. That's
Hang on.
what a cocaine. Have you ever seen a dollar and 50? I have a theory. Would you like to hear it?
Brown, but he said something in case you didn't see this. So he's talking about Leon Spinks for a little bit, and he says it bothers me when white people talk about how stupid he is. You're a boxer. Nobody said you had to be, a brainiac or whatever. And he says that's something I'd never agree with, because if I do, what would they think of me if I agree with that? And that's kind of like how he missed the point. Oh, wait a minute. This might be it right here. I hate when that happens. All right, hang on. This is a thing that's going to explain it.
Money. Before they steal it all. You know what I mean? Because I know they on him like flies on shit, man. Wish somebody could talk to the nigga and say, hey, brother, put some away for at least 20 years. Something. But it don't matter about how much you sniff, put it away, sniff the interest. Leon you got to admit, Brother Leon had bad luck. I mean, he got a good heart, man. This motherfucker got a good heart. He's a good human being. He gave Ali, he said, I may be dumb, but I know right from wrong. He gave Ali.
Is it still playing?
When white people call him speaks
Yes.
dumb too, right? Don't you think he's dumb? My mind immediately say, what is this motherfucker gonna think of me if I agree with him?
All right. So you heard that? Did you?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. So I think that's the kind of mindset that kind of like people need to have, but a lot of people don't, like RG3. He thinks by making a statement like that and putting that information out there, that photograph out there, that people are laughing with him, like he did a good job on the part or behalf of them. When I even say it in my video, your mama is black.
Exactly.
How dare you put something like that out there, thinking that you're just affecting this one person, and even to do that. So he did come back and put a statement saying like this was wrong to do. But like you were saying before, he was completely tone deaf to his actions. It was kind of like brushed over, and then he tried to over explain what his actions, which were just bullshit thing that people can't do, but men especially can't be doing this sort of shit, saying, well, I heard from somebody that she said this and that the other, which is why I had to do this thing, you know. And I don't know what Emmanuel was saying. Yeah, I want to check this out, Emmanuel. I got to remember to I'll put that in, and we could look that up
But it seems like
in a bit to
it's
see what
like
they're saying.
it seems like they play into the whole thing, like you know when we were talking about before on how they are using social media AI to still carry on that whole thing that black women are gorillas, or black people are monkey, using still using that same line to insult us. Michelle Obama was
Yeah,
a gorilla. Like they even had books, where when they were talking about
yeah,
her, they would have her around like primates, like like we're the at the lower end of the totem pole. But he knew what he was doing when he posted that. He grew up. It ain't like he didn't. It's not like he didn't grow up in the culture that we grew up in and not know that that's something that you just don't say. He's only
right,
trying
right.
to recover now. He thought he was funny. He was playing to the audience that he wanted to be a part of,
Yes,
and it had
yes,
a huge impact because like people don't mess with him anyway. He already know the certain
yeah,
people that don't mess with him, but that's not the class of people that he's trying to associate himself with.
yes, yeah.
So
He was so into his own head doing this, like just to go through and press send, like you, the psyche that goes through that, because you want the response, right? You want people to come back with the ooh, the this, the that. He didn't even consider heavy backlash by putting out something like that. He didn't even
right,
consider that there might be something just socially damaging to put something out like that is ridiculous, especially with the videos that we were seeing, like the digital blackface from, a couple weeks ago. How could you really be that blind? It doesn't matter if you want your social status, your world, what Lorna's saying over here as well. Yeah, I agree. There's a certain demographic that, it's not about love or a certain attraction or even your surroundings or something like that. They feel like this is an escape, like even without doing work, without being intellectual or bringing their game up or anything, that this is like a go past go card that they get to leave all that stuff, and they think that sheds them from their image and any sort of judgment from that group, you know. But just to be that socially unaware, or that I even said that it's a self-hate, because you can't love yourself and your family and you put something like that out. Or are you just in a bubble? Are you just that dumb that you don't you didn't know? You didn't know this before?
No, he's part of the boys club. He was trying to appeal to the audience. It's like when you hear people say stuff like, you're different. There's N words and then there's you. You know, you're a different type of black person. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like that same concept. Like you could say that to him, but you could never say that to me. Like you know, I've heard black people say, people have said that to them, and I said they can't say that to me.
yeah,
They never, I ain't never made it that comfortable for them to talk to me that way. You know what I mean? I ain't never made it I hope I never make it that comfortable for a person that's not of color to make a comment that is related, especially if they never wanted, like if I asked them this question, I'm like, hey, would you be a black person? Like if you can go back and be a black person, would you? And they can't give me
no,
no real answer. I'm like, we ain't finna have that conversation.
yeah, yeah. This
You
is
don't want my experience.
exactly how they try to differentiate you. Like they think it's a compliment. Oh, you're not like them or whatever. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, dude, don't try that separation. Or like, do you even know what you're saying when you say something so stupid like
But
that too?
you find this happening to people that either are considered the token, I call it the token black person,
Hmm.
or they're accepted and they it's different. They are when they get, when they, especially if they're a football player, and then they're getting pat on the head by that culture, and then the culture and lets them in there real easily. You're safe. You could be, you're you
Yeah,
smile you smile all the time. You're safe. And so then once they get over there, they think that whatever they can say that comes off as self-hatred, they're more acceptable. Some of them are just doing it for money.
yeah.
um a lot of people will pay to watch self-hating black people hate on other black people.
Oh yeah,
They will. you know
absolutely, man.
I can name a set of guys, the Hodge twins. Same.
Famous.
Hodge twins. um
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they used to do content, and then they changed their content around to self-hating content. And I remember I used to drop down in the chats, right? And I say, you only doing this for money, and they would delete my comments.
Right. Because so they came conservative, but
Right.
without even really making a point. Their whole point was to point out mistakes of black people. Like, look at
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
That was their content. Look at them.
But
And
before that, they were trying to always prove that they were black people. They would be like, our light skin, and people always question us about being who we are, and this and that.
yeah,
And then they changed up like real quick, and it's like you were still trying to be accepted in the community, and now you flip. Like like, come on now. So, but I realized they do it for money.
exactly. So they sold their soul to go get that money now, and this is what they're doing, bringing
Right.
that
People.
content. And their viewership did go up. Their members did go up. I saw something on them.
Right, because people of non blacks will pay, just like their group of people that hate on women all day long. It's like they will pay to watch people hate on other people, especially if it's a race. So you got people that are giving them money, like I'm talking about a lot of money to do
Hmm.
what
Hmm.
they're doing. Yeah.
Hmm. Absolutely, man. That is nuts. Anyway, what are other things that you saw in any of the feedback or the critique that this idiot was getting Anything else that stood out to you?
Well, other than I wanted to see what Corey Holcomb had to say, because
Oh, right.
he's like hit and miss all the time. So I was over there, and he was
Yeah.
like, it was weird because he was kind of like hating on her a little bit. With the way she carries herself. But then he still kind of came out and said, you don't, he's not with him doing that.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know how that went together.
Hmm.
Either you didn't have to tell, express how you feel. It's like a lot of these men are like in their feelings. Like, how do you feel about this person?
Well, to be
Like,
fair, he wasn't a fan of Angel Reese to begin with. I can't really remember. Like, I haven't followed him for any of the derogatory things that he said, but I just know he isn't a fan. So for him to be able to step up and address it and be like, might not like her like that, but you can't do that. I didn't see the Corey Holcomb response, but it kind of sounds like that's what you're saying on
yeah,
there too. But what I was saying earlier is exactly that with RG3, that it seemed like very petty, very effeminate, the way that he was like another woman picking at Angel Reese versus, being a commentator doing what you're supposed to be doing on that level.
exactly. But see, I don't like. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of her. I don't really follow her like that. I know she's real flashy, a little arrogant. I did see that,
Hmm.
but we seen that in men basketball players too. So it's like, yeah, I just assume it's just kind of like a culture, right?
Hmm.
um of of basketball. However, with that being said, she still don't deserve being um being presented that way, and especially by
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, and especially by a black man to do it, and especially by a black man who fetishizes white women. On top of
exactly.
that, you know. So yeah, I think all that stuff. I have to grab a sweater here because
Oh,
it's
it's
getting
getting
cold
colder.
under my vent. Yeah. It was hot with all the running around and stuff, but now I'm cooled down. Got a little bit of food in me, so I'm gonna grab my sweater. I don't know. What else do you have? If you don't want to jump to that, I know you sent me the food tasting thing. I don't know if you want to get into that or if
Oh
you
man,
got.
that was hilarious. Oh yeah, that video that I sent you about the food tasting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that video where the people were trying each other's food culturally. That's a whole thing. I was like, I got to go through all these videos.
All right, we'll talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that. All right, talk to the people. I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right.
All right. Well, he'll be back while he is going to get his sweater. Let me see if I can find that video. See it and drop it in the chat. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. It's a whole channel where I think it was a video where people are like from different cultures are trying each other's food, and it was funny because the stereotypes of white people not seasoning their food, and it was like I think they were eating like a steak, and as one of the guys said, all you need is salt and pepper, and they some of them could tell it was by a black person who cooked it, because I guess we're known for cooking things as well done or medium well, and they like there's a little bit of pink, so it was interesting. I thought it was kind of funny. So let me see if I can find it. Um, Lorna, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he talks to people in her inner circle. I think that he's just a hater. Mm-mm. All right, let me go to my.
The lack of seasoning tells.
The channel is called Cocoa Butter. What and then the video I was watching was called Whites versus Blacks. We tried each other's steak Taste War. So I guess the channel basically they have different like Caribbean people trying each other's rum for the punch. So I thought it was interesting. I thought they let's see. Uncles try others barbecue. I think that's the first time I saw it.
What are you talking about? The thing?
Yeah, the channel is called Cocoa Butter. They do new food swaps. That's what they do. They swap food, but it was I think it was interesting when they was trying each other's steak.
Is it the same people all the time?
No, no, it's different people because like they have one where Caribbean people try each other's rum punch. Then
Oh,
they have UK versus US. We tried each other's fish and chips.
oh boy.
Grandmas try each other's cabbage.
Ugh. All right.
Uncles try each other's barbecue ribs.
This is a little off, but you're making me remember this. Did you ever check out those pop the balloon games?
Yeah, I seen some of those.
What did you think of those?
I think that is corny because it sometimes it be like some hookers, like where they find the women and then where they find these guys.
Okay, wait. Let's get a standard. The one that I used to look at the most, or only a full episodes, was Arnett. Arnett something or other. She's the black woman. She was cool. She was a great hostess. Yeah, had some ratchet ass chicks on there and some dudes that were just like just woke up and ended up there. It seemed like. So that's more the stand. If it's one that I'm comparing to, because I'm aware they did one with like yeah, man, just some people on there like, how did they even pass the screening? This is where dude came from, Aaron the plumber
Yeah,
from
I seen
the
that.
from the Arlette one over there. And I don't know. Some of it's interesting. Some of it is like some people go on there to uh I don't know, start an acting career or just to reject people, just to be the star of the show on there. There's people that go on there who look like they've never even had a conversation about anything in their lives too. So there's that. I think anyway, I think it all goes under the umbrella of we're trying this and this experimental type stuff to for your viewing pleasure. Now, I don't know. I've been around a few places. Is trying food, is that really a big deal like that? Like even if we just take the steaks, like was that really a huge deal like that? Because
Yeah.
even the difference between the black steak and the white steak, one of the black dudes was using barbecue sauce like right away on the steak, and that's a no
I know
in
that's
the
what
steak
made it.
houses that I go
That's
to.
what made it funny because it was it to me the reason why I sent it to you was because of the stereotyping that was
Hmm.
bothered. Like it bothered me because the what bothered me the most is how huge of the stereotype it was that they each had of each other, and to me it wasn't really, you know what I mean, like the we definitely are not monolith. Like I'm not putting barbecue sauce on meat that's not cooked already. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but they do have good ones. Like they have the one where they had all these kids from the UK eating. Um, no, it's good on a steak. It's just not good when it's raw and you put barbecue sauce on it and you're cooking it from that point. But they had this one where they had these
Man.
UK kids eating Texas barbecue.
Hmm.
And oh my god, you should have seen them kids. They was like it was like shock. They ain't never taste something so good before. It was like
Something with seasoning, for Christ's sake. Those poor
yeah.
people.
In the UK, they was like eating the real. It was like it had everything that was Texas barbecue. It wasn't a stereotype. That is what Texas barbecue really looked like. But for
Yeah.
this show, it reminded me of Pop in the Bloom, where they find just random people that in that case, I don't think that guy really could cook that well.
Yeah.
Uh, and then they put them together. See, and so that's the reason why. Like, I wanted you to point that part out of it, what you did. like, assuming that white people just only use salt and pepper and that's it. Like, then you get the guy who does
Yeah.
like, yeah. So it's like when I look down the list of the shows, it's like they're asking for people to volunteer. It's not like they're going out there getting the best cooks.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That they don't have the same skill or even approach to cooking. There's the one guy who like seared it and put it in the oven and
yeah,
all that shit. I was like, oh damn, this guy's really doing it. You
yeah.
know, and there's guys that just like burnt it. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like, what do I even do with this? So I'm insulted that they're not even really steak eaters.
Exactly. That's what made it funny, like to me.
I'm like the nerve of these guys. Now, I went with my steak. I ordered my steaks now medium. I
Yeah.
used to be a medium well dude because and there's a thing. There's a video. I don't know if I have it saved, and it goes through the history of why black people mostly like their steaks medium well or well cooked. But then you kind of go into dining a little bit, and you find out why you should have. Well, I'll never do anything less than medium. It's
Right.
got to be at least just that doesn't
Well,
appeal to me. None of that crap.
well,
Go ahead.
well. If you ever go to overseas, and especially to any African country, do not. It depends on where you go, but don't ask for a hamburger because they're gonna overcook that hamburger. And there's a reason why they cook everything well there because the whole
Parasites.
time the whole time I was there eating I mean it was the best experience I ever had. There was food outside, like that you could buy vegetables, fruit out, you can buy it like right there. They pluck in their greens and stuff. And the whole time until I left, I said, I didn't even think about salmonella since I was here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why is their eggs are outside. Like they don't put their eggs in the refrigerator. They don't
Look,
have to.
this is where I'm a first world snob. All right, I'm just like I do appreciate there's some sort of agency that's supposed to that does the recalls, that it goes through some sort of thing before it gets to your supermarket, restaurants, and your fridge
Right.
for that
Well,
exact reason. Yeah.
so that that's definitely a stereotype. So you have to go there with an open mind. But here's the deal. They don't have to do those things because they treat their food a little better than we do. We
Uh-huh.
don't have to go through all that.
Uh-huh.
So so when I when I was eating because I ate everything. I ate sausage over there, because I was near South Africa. So I ate sausage. They got KFCs over there. They got Pizza Hut over there. They're not gonna ever have McDonald's.
KFC. What is it? Kilimanjaro fried
Man,
chicken.
let me
Thank you. Thank
let
you.
me tell you something. The second time I went back, I said, you know what? I want to know why there's a KFC here. Like I don't understand it. So the KFCs over there taste better than the KFCs over here. Their chicken is actually juicy. There is no like that whole crust over it. Like they don't put like see like they don't put that flour or nothing on it, but it's good. Their sandwiches are good. Their pizza is decent. They have to use local ingredients,
Of
and the
course.
reason why McDonald's isn't over there is because McDonald's wants to bring in their own French fries, and then they want to pre-cook it, because they cook the French fries halfway, freeze them, and then cook them the rest of the way. That's how McDonald's make their fries.
Uh,
But when I have to show you a plate of food that I had over there, like different types of food, because you'll be like, oh my God, like what? The food is very good. It's well prepared. It's cooked. The vegetables they eat a lot of vegetables over there. They don't some of the stuff they don't put like hot sauce and stuff, but they eat like, I mean, it's decent. I mean,
yeah, I
I
believe it. Just
it's real good. I might have to pull out my food pictures because I'm a foodie. So I might have to pull out like eating overseas, what it look like.
Right. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Right, eggs. Yep, that's exactly right, Lorna. Eggs over there, they even in England, over there in those countries, they don't have that protecting choline like that. They treat the chicken. They don't just treat just the eggs later on, so their eggs last longer than ours.
How do Emmanuel? How do your so how long do the eggs last if you're not putting them like you can't do that with eggs here, right?
Right, you can't do that with eggs here. Now there's a possibility that you can, depending on where you buy them, and it's rare. But no,
Uh,
they our eggs are different from there. They treat the egg, they treat the chickens.
mm, okay. All right. All right. I get it. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah, they got brown eggs. Oh man, it's a thing. And
Why are
the
brown eggs supposed to be better?
why brown eggs? I don't know if it's like better. I think that like you know, I just know when I was there, I seen a guy holding a chicken, and I said, "Oh wow." Because they have over there, they have Roadrunner chickens. It's still a chicken, but they call it a Roadrunner, and it has more of a tougher, like kind of taste, but it's real good. And he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Why are you holding that chicken?" And then later on, when I was eating, I guess that was the chicken.
Oh shit!
They- it was fresh. You know what I'm saying?
I no, because I was somewhere that did that also. It didn't occur to me until I was in the car next to it how warm the bag was, and I was like, "Oh shit! This is a chicken. This is a chicken." And I got over it rather quickly while we were eating, but it's still like, God damn, that just happened. Like that's why I'm a first world dude. It just needs to show up in the supermarket. I don't need to see that portion of it.
Well, they don't, you know, it's really, they don't show you that portion of it either. You know what I'm saying? But I also know they freeze a lot of the meat. And so like when I saw them cutting like into like a lamb, it wasn't like, it was like stiff and frozen, or like they freeze it and then they cut it up. So it's like, yeah. But I didn't see them where they pluck, peeled everything else. But I just know I like lamb. I like
Look
their
at you. Look
sausage.
at you. The little nice little fluffy lambs. Do you like veal too? You do
No.
like veal. I could tell.
Nah, I like lamb over goat meat. I don't, goat meat is tough.
It is. Well, you got to do all the stuff those Jamaicans be doing to the goat, man. You got to like pressure cook it and do it for like all day, and then it's like one of the greasiest animals. It rivals pig because it is just a greasy, salty meat. Goat is, man. But yeah, you got to do all that stuff. You got to pressure cook, which I would never do because I'd be afraid of blowing up some shit. Those things, those things just look dangerous, man.
And look, all I know is I had some. We went to this place where, cause like we went to a gaming park too, and so before, when we got back from the gaming park, we ate, and they had this spread. They had French fries, they had chicken, barbecue chicken, and their barbecue sauce is different from ours. I know how to make it, but it's so good. I think I had barbecue sauce. It's the sausage for me. The only thing that I could tell you about overseas is that they eat eggs and beans in the morning. Like it'll be a bowl of beans right there.
Yeah, I don't know if I could rock with that. I
Well,
guess that's power for like the whole day.
well, you know what? To us, because it's the time difference, probably feels like, because it always felt like I was eating dinner in the morning, so it didn't bother me as much, but it does keep you full.
What
And
am I even saying? I ate a leftover quesadilla for breakfast. What the hell am I?
what you won't see over there is like Cheerios, anything that has E40, 40, red 40 in it. Like you don't see those kind of cereals. You see cereal, but they don't have, like, those cereals are banned over there.
Cereals are just flakes, some sort of flakes.
Right, but the cereal that we eat, there's something in it that's banned in those countries. They find it poisoning.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. You know, um,
I'm coming to Lorna's house to eat because she's over here talking about slow cooking stuff and seasoning. See, I know she can cook.
you have to season the goat overnight and slow cook it. You slow cook it or you pressure cook it, right? One of the two.
I like
What's wrong? You don't
I
know how to
like
use a pressure cooker, Lorna? Ah.
I like Jamaican food, and I do like Indian food now, like because they got like taco masala and stuff like that, chicken
Yeah,
korma.
yeah. Some of it's all right.
Yeah, some of it's good. Some of it I can't. It's hot. I can't eat all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying. Man, let me tell you, it goes in hot and comes out hot. It's scary.
And those dudes be on that all the time. Like that is life for these dudes. So it's just like, of course it's good. They say Mediterranean food and all that East Indian food is some of the best shit because it's just
Yeah,
hot
I don't like
shit.
them. I don't like American food. Like I would never go to a restaurant and eat macaroni cheese and mashed potatoes. Like it's just I can make that at home for like fresh. Like I can make baked macaroni and cheese. I know how to make real mashed potatoes. Like I never go out to eat American food. Like I'm not going to a restaurant to have a hot dog.
You
Now
going
if
to
it's
Cracker Barrel?
Chicago, oh, no.
I love a street dog once in a while, man. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I like that. Like I like I like Chicago food. So like I like Chicago
Uh,
stuff like that. But I'm talking about
Stupid
going.
Chicago hot dog with pickles and sauerkraut and some bullshit. What?
Not no sauerkraut. It's peppers. I like mine with sweet peppers, and I like a sauce. You know what I'm saying? Italian sausage or
Yeah,
Italian beef. Stop playing with me with the juicy sauce on the
yeah.
side.
Just enough with Chicago food, dude. They got the stupid hot dog that's just like just put some mustard on the hot dog. Actually, if I remember from Sonic's correctly, they make the Chicago dog, which is sometimes
That's not
okay.
a Chicago. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to
Enough.
Sonic.
Yeah, they
It
got
is.
different. They got different
I
dogs.
think
They got the
that's
New York dog. I never really order it whatever it's supposed to be because I'm simple with the dogs. But they have
listen.
New York style. They got shitty Chicago style along with the shitty Chicago pizza and all that other. What is
Listen.
up with the pizza?
I had a New York pizza the other day and it was good.
For what? A New York pizza?
Yeah, I had a New York pizza. It was kind of good. Now
Yeah, of
Chicago
course it was good.
good, but if you get a Chicago hot dog from Sonic, I don't know what you eating because
No, it
I'm
just
not.
had the ingredients. I'm not saying that's a good representative of it. I'm just
Oh,
saying the sloppy ingredients they throw on there. It's like, all right, this is what you guys are bragging about. This just doesn't make it
man,
a.
listen, they don't. I don't. Listen, this what I recommend. I recommend you go to Chicago and eat Chicago food first, and then go other places. And then if they say it's Chicago, then you can authentically know it's Chicago food. It's like,
Let me
you
tell you, I've
know,
been to Chicago. I
okay,
wasn't able to eat up that much. I ripped my pants in Chicago the first day I was in there
oh wow,
because here I was in a suit. This was for work, and we're driving around looking for the hotel. And with my old ass, I wasn't part of the evolution of skate parks, so we had some time off between the stupid seminar and going back to the hotel. So I went to the skate park and I asked these dudes like, "Hey man, would you let me, do this?" And they were so kind with it. And the first little thing that I did was so quick, like a cartoon feet out from under you, sort of deal, and just ripped my pants. I was like, "All right, thank you. I'm getting out of here." That was my did that the BB King place and some other places. The port where they had that what was it, massacre fire thing happened so many years ago. Um, did that too. Didn't get to pig out as much as I wanted. Did the stupid pizza,
you said
upside down pizza.
pizza.
It doesn't make sense. Whatever they're trying to do, they're trying too hard. They're
Well,
trying too hard.
and they don't try hard. It just depends on where you go. You probably went somewhere. You can't even remember where you was at.
It was years ago.
I know that's what I'm saying. You probably went to some rinky-dink place that was just do something together. You have to have the
No, they said
experience.
they were the best. They said they were the best.
Yeah, everybody says they were the best. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, you
Everybody.
know who I hate? I hate Brooklyn. Because everything's Brooklyn's finest. There's no like Brooklyn okayest or Brooklyn's whatever. Everything's Brooklyn's finest. Enough Brooklyn. Enough Brooklyn with your whatever the finest of anything that you think it is, man. But yeah, it was one of those, the number one historic, the first one on the block, stupid restaurant, and all this stuff, man. So yeah,
I
I,
think you know what, my friend made fun of me because I made this 3 ingredient biscuits, right? I took some biscuit, like that pancake biscuit, right? I took
biscuit.
that, right? I took that. I took some sour cream and some 7 Up, and that, and 3 ingredients, and I made biscuits out of it, right? and
All
people
right.
and people keep like, how are these biscuits tasting good? I said, because whatever's in these 2 ingredients, that's you can make it with biscuits. Like I know how to make like
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
It's kind of cheating a little bit.
well,
Lorna, you're Jamaican. I got Jamaican in my family. Lorna's Jamaican. I can't do a Jamaican accent.
that's why I have to eat over Lauren's house.
Lorna, when's the cookout? Come on now.
I know. I wish that we could have like little cook offs and like little like cook your best, because Thanksgiving I mean I can throw down like I can cook a whole thing, a whole spread.
I don't like how you could do all this bragging and not have to prove anything. Is
Well, I
what
have pictures. I take pictures of what I do.
she's gonna do. I can make a nice picture
What you mean a nice picture?
without defending the taste.
Listen, let me tell you something. That's why I'm married. Because if I couldn't cook, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good right there. I can't even
Thank
argue with
you.
that.
Thank you. Can't
All
argue,
right, all right.
with that.
Ooh, that was nasty.
You just
All right.
listen. Let me just say this: you was over there eating some. You was rushing around. Trying to make you some little shrimps
It was
pasta,
pasta. Yeah, yeah.
right? And I was over here making taco salad. It was quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to
I
let
did it.
it.
I compromised my taste for the integrity of the show.
Look.
That is what did it for me. And I got it. I was thinking about something.
You don't gotta
I,
make
I compromised my taste. You know what? I was thinking today. I don't know if it was just the way that I was feeling, but I feel like I might have to retire after 100 episodes if I make it to 100. I don't know
why.
why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking if I don't make at least 500 subs or so by the 100th episode, I got to call it in, man.
Listen, let me tell you something. What you got to do is, and that's what I'm going to work on, is these like video clips and shorts, because I like your video clips and shorts.
Oh no, you're gonna. First of all, wait, stop right there. YM should be here right now. Go get your alter ego YM. So I
Listen,
can,
my alter ego probably busy today because normally she would be here by now.
the hell, the nerve she didn't know that I was using album covers and putting my name on the album covers for my show thumbnails.
Look, we pay attention to details a lot of times, but we pay attention to so many other things that's going on. It's kind of challenging.
That's my work. I put work into switching the font on the record albums. Please tell me somebody noticed that out there. No, I've been doing this. This is the 44th episode. Nobody's noticed. I've been slipping in last call on all the names of the bands of the records that Emmanuel. Damn it.
I noticed it.
Did you?
Yeah.
When? When did you start noticing?
When I started coming over here and I saw it.
I don't know.
That was the engine. I thought you was a whole music channel.
Okay.
Basically.
I started out that way. I started out that way because I was putting up mixes until they'd kick me off the darn thing when I was doing that, So all right, you say so, but Yeah, I don't
And
know.
listen, all I know is that that's where or if you do content where you're making a bunch of mistakes and people can just laugh, or I was telling somebody on the phone, I was like, I should do a cooking channel, right? And then like start making stuff but admit like ingredients. Like read the real ingredients out loud, but skip ingredients, right? And then people in the comments are like, "She didn't add vanilla extract. How is it gonna come out?" Just mess up. I'm gonna
Just so
make
they
this
have some
recipe.
comments. Let me ask: would you ever see yourself on one of these cooking shows with like Gordon Ramsay with the chef yelling in your face and all that stuff? Do you see yourself? Do you think
No,
you could do one of those shows?
no.
Why? Is it your skill level?
It ain't my skill level. It's just that I don't. I'm part of the I don't care club. So I don't
Okay.
really care what, like how Gordon Ramsay. But when I was like younger, I took restaurant management like as in junior high. So I kind of like, I like cooking. I always like to cook. Like I
Okay.
just that's just my thing. So I always tell people my horror story with my mother. Back in the day when I was a kid, right? My mom, she wasn't like a strong cooker. My dad was, but my mother wasn't. And
Mhm.
I remember this one Thanksgiving where it felt like my mom was like punking us because everything that she made for Thanksgiving looked like a dessert, right? So she made like macaroni and cheese, right? And it looked like a popcorn ball.
Oh boy.
She made dressing, which people might, call it stuffing or whatever, but cornbread dressing, and it looked like brownies. So it's like, but my mom could make a mean sweet potato pie, though. I'll tell you, but because that's what she cares about. And my mother was one of those people. Like, if she didn't like something, she would omit, or she didn't have the ingredients, she would omit things. So that's why I said I think it would be funny to have like a little cooking. Like there are people that do this on TikTok. Like they'll be making something, and people be looking at it like, "That ain't even right," but they're just
Yeah.
doing it on purpose. Like just make a cake, but forget to add like the key ingredients to the cake. Like just don't add eggs or something.
Oh, weird.
Just bake it
Weird.
this way.
I don't like the cooking shows because I don't like, they did half a day of preparation to make like a 10-minute video to make it look like you just have this stuff, like you're just pulling this stuff out of your fridge, that you have these portions cut out of there. And I'm just like, I'm not buying it. Not
I
buying
did.
it.
I did like not it was it Master Chef. Or no, I like when Gordon Ramsay would go to these restaurants and their food was trash. Like, and he had to
I
fix
remember
it.
a couple of those episodes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those ones.
Well, I mean,
Because
it could bring you the notoriety like this fool. I think his name's Jason Lee. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying his name wrong. He wasn't even qualified to go. He didn't even have a vocabulary for tasting food. Like he didn't say stuff like that. Remember, he'd try the food. He'd go to his van with his wife. I know Keith Lee. Is it Keith Lee?
yeah,
Something Lee. What is his name?
yeah, you just said it, Keith
Is it
Lee.
Keith Lee?
Yeah,
And
there's a brother that I watch, and he sits in his car and eating food, and he goes all of these different restaurants. Now his is real good. He'll eat like food that's like inexpensive or
Mhm.
food that's like high end, like real expensive. But he's always eating in his car though. And it's a black
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. They bring it back to the car, and then they eat. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was just to him, his wife, just like eating food, and I didn't quite notice him incorporating language that other critics would have in there. It was just like he was cool and he took his job seriously, but he wasn't like this is savory, this, that, the other. It was just kind of like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. You get this portion with this and that," and I was like, all right, either you eat there or you don't. But I think there was a wave of those types of food, if you call them food critics, whatever you want to call them.
Man,
That
I'm a foodie. I went all the way to Las Vegas one time, and I just wanted to eat at a Gordon's restaurant. Like I wanted to have
What's the difference between a foodie and somebody that just likes to eat?
Yeah, somebody that likes to eat is just another way of saying it.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. I
I
just
just
want to make sure, like, it's not some elite club being a foodie. You're just like another dude that just loves food, man.
yeah, that's it. But I just shortened it up and made it cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, all right, all right, all right. I was just wondering.
That's
Look at this. Look,
all.
Emmanuel noticed my album covers, and what does Lorna say? The short that will get you more subs. Yeah, I don't even know what to do with those, Lorna. Tell you the truth, I make the little videos. I think maybe the shorts where I put my music. I think that's where you're talking about. Get the more subs in there. I don't know.
Let me
Maybe.
ask you this. How do
Mhm.
you feel about because I watched NPR the other day, and how do you feel about the clips?
Uh,
I just like the one song. I
oh
feel
yeah,
like,
they did the Tiny Desk thing.
yeah,
I mean, I know they have their position in the hip hop game. I just kind of miss that whole thing because, tell you the truth, I wasn't a real. I like what Pharrell was doing in that whole Virginia sound, which is what the partners were talking about last night. But I wasn't that big into it at the time.
I just like that one song that he did. Like I like the Tiny Desk performance. It was pretty good. Like I like that. I like the little small venues when they do songs
Mhm.
like that. I saw him, yeah, because I them, but it's just the video that they did for the song, Chains and Whips, that was very artistic. So I would recommend you watch the video.
Is this from their new one that just came out?
Yeah, yeah. Just the
Okay.
new video, just to see how artistic it was, because YM posted about it, tagged all us that are, we're hip hop heads. And I thought
Okay.
it was the last time I seen something artistic like that in a video was when Childish Gambino did his.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
it was kind of like a different, yeah. So it's kind of like an art. So I think it was pretty good. I was a little surprised um by it, you know. I was a
All
little
right.
surprised. Yeah.
All right. That's what I need, a little nudge to go check these things that I wouldn't normally,
Look
peep
into.
this. So, but I'll now
Yeah,
go and
E40.
give it
That's
time.
what made me bring up E40 because I watched E40's Tiny Desk. Shaka Khan's Tiny Desk was nice too.
How often do they come out with the time? Is it like every week or something?
Well, I don't know. I
Or
just
whenever
like
they feel like it.
goes up in my feed. I watch it. I think they
Yeah.
have different people, like different things, and it kind of like when you watch Tiny Desk, it kind of tells you that how strong they are in their with their craft. So there have been some good ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of them are actually when they're on Tiny Desk, they actually E40 was good.
Yeah. I think I saw part of his too.
Yeah. So I like those. Like if you can do that little small little environment right there, and you really sound good, then
I saw even Wu Tang did a spot on there. They
yeah,
had ODB's son doing his part, jumping on the desk and shit. Yeah, there's been, and I appreciate the fact it's like about 20 minutes. They just
yep,
do a quick 20, do their thing on there. Which hip hop guy? Scarface. Did you see
yeah. I like that
Scarface's?
one. Yeah, I like his. Um,
Yeah.
I do love the singers, of course. Like I said, I don't know, like I want Eric Roberson to do a Tiny Desk. Like he always his stuff.
Oh, that's
Oh,
your guy you sent me.
yes, my God, I love him, Fonte, and yeah, I was listening to Excel from Detroit. I was listening to him just recently. I would love to hear him do one. Let's see who else. And then there's that one where they're outside and they come outside the
The
house with
porch. The porch one.
yeah, the front porch.
Yeah.
They did Kevin Ross. just recently. I was a little surprised about his musical range and singing. So
There's two. There's a porch one and a backyard one.
this one's the porch one I saw.
Is this one's the porch one? Okay, because a
Yeah.
few people, I've only seen a few of those. I haven't seen a whole lot. And then the backyard one, La Russell was on there with Richie Rich, and he busted his knee, and he kept rapping. That was like the whole highlight of the thing. It was like, holy shit, guy's still rapping. You know, I'm looking at this right now. You know, I got a parking ticket last night. Another parking ticket.
You just giving away money. That's all.
But look at this. So I'm normally pretty lucky, knock on wood. They got this new scanning thing now. So by the time I got out of the car, this guy's already walking up to me with the ticket, like that fast. I had no, like I when I saw the car, it said parking enforcement, whatever. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna move it. But he was already walking towards me, handing me the goddamn ticket. This is bullshit. Is there?
Look, let me tell you something. You need to
Bullshit.
just stop parking where you know where you parking at. You know you in places where you can get a ticket. There's no
Yeah, in places where there's no parking. First of all,
oh
so what the hell am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna. And it was because it was so fucking hot, and it was late at night. I finally submitted to get a slushy from 7-Eleven. So where this 7-Eleven was, there was no parking spots, and I thought I could just run in for 5 seconds, and I didn't even get the slushy. Is that what I didn't even get the slushy at the end of the night. So what the hell?
you just need to start going to places where there is parking. Then you just need to go out your way because you're spending the same amount of money.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
And start getting these tickets. So your goal is we're not gonna get it. So this July 18th, okay. I'm gonna revisit this a month from now. I don't want to hear about you having another ticket.
Yeah. That's such a bullshit move. You son of a bitch.
I remember like in Texas that I had parked at this place and we went in there for it was like a private parking lot and they sent me a ticket in the like they sent me a ticket.
Oh,
No, they put a ticket on my car and they thought I was gonna pay that ticket. I ain't never paid that ticket. That was a private parking lot. They literally waited until I walked away. Like there was no place where I
yeah.
put money. They literally waited till we walked away and they were ticketing people just like it was I knew it was a private parking lot. I was like, I ain't paying nothing. I called the number. They was like, you just gotta pay. I said, I bet you I won't. I never did. I never did. Listen, I ain't seen that. Listen, that was trickery.
I feel like there was trickery in this one last night. I didn't even have time to be like, I'm moving it. I'm 2 steps out of the car. He's walking up to me with the ticket. So whatever contraption they have, they scan the plate and they print it all through this freaking thing.
But were you at a private or were you on like a city street?
I parked at a bus stop.
Oh, that's why you got a ticket. Listen, I'm not. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Now. I don't feel sorry.
There were no buses there. All right. There's a guy in front of me. Nobody was even waiting on the bus, first of all. So nobody's harmed during this. That son of a bitch.
Look, listen, you sound like a sovereign citizen. Let me. Let me.
That might be my defense when I go in there. All right. Look, I might do a whole Martin show the way he protested his ticket. I might do the whole thing and bring in witnesses and all of that, man.
You gonna start telling them that who was the injured party in this? You know, the government. I'm not under the FCC.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. Exactly.
Listen.
I just want to go in there.
Don't go in there talking about I'm the estate of last call. I am the estate. They're gonna be like last call. I am the estate and representative. Last call. Okay, he's not here today. let's put a bench warrant out.
Look at Emmanuel turning on me, bro. Come on now.
Listen, yeah, exactly. Like you know, you didn't
All right,
literally.
let me clear that up. I didn't just decide to park in front of the bus stop. There was another car in front of me, so I had to protrude and park in front the bus. But stop. Nobody was. It was dark. Nobody was waiting. I just wanted a slushie from the fucking 7-Eleven, and I didn't even get the slushie. So when I go to the guy, I was like, dude, can't you like I got it. I'll park somewhere else. And he was like, oh, it's already printed. So then I was going to move the car, but then I was like, fuck it. I already got the ticket. So I put it in the windshield anyway. And then I went back into the 7-Eleven. But the line was long.
Emmanuel says that you're not driving, you're traveling. that's what
nice.
That's what the sovereign citizens always say. They say, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. This is not a commercial vehicle.
There's no grace period. There's no, in the old days, without the technology, you see the car, the parking enforcement car, and you're like, oh, all right, dude, I'll move it or I'll be gone in a couple minutes. You have some negotiating time. There was nothing. Before I even knew what happened, he's walking up to me with this goddamn ticket.
Yeah, and you're the reason why the city is still looking pretty, because as long as there's people like you that park, they'll have enough money and resources to be able to.
You're right. I own this shit. They owe me. I'm an investor. I'm an investor in the guy. Unwillingly, but I'm the one. I should start policing the streets. Because I paid for the motherfucker. I'm paying for all that stuff. The lines, particularly that bus stop. I know I paid for that.
Have you ever seen that show on A&E back in the day where they used to, it was called Parking Wars?
No, but I'm going to.
Man,
do they
that
fight?
show was good. Man, that show was good. It's still around. I think you'll find it on YouTube. But Parking War, that was a good show. I just love that. Like I like those kind of shows because it was like, you know. And then there's this guy online where he actually repossessed people's cars, and he's smooth too. He just backs his little truck, and then he clamps onto the car real quick, and he just takes off, and people be running behind the car. And he's a brother too.
Son of a bitch. These guys, dude. These guys.
He's like, you gonna have to pay. You have to reach out to your bank. I mean, the company. You know, they the ones. Come on, let me give you a couple of dollars so I can keep my car. And he just be taking off.
And he says no. He says no because he's on TV, dude. If there was no camera,
no,
he'd be taking off.
He's not even on TV. He records the whole interaction. He has his own company. And then he actually puts it on YouTube. There's like a lot of different shows I watched. I watched that one. I watched the eviction. I saw this girl. She got evicted from her apartment, her house, a house. But it was like the rent was $64. Oh. And it's always a black a brother or a man walking out of there real quick. like like man, you can't. It's sad, but then when you find out how much money they owe in rent, you be like, oh, and then you'll see their house, and it like they ain't hardly not no furniture in there, or it be like, oh my god, it be. Then they, you know, and then I watch them when they get them squatters out of there.
This is bullshit. I'm just mad about the parking. Like they made the goddamn street. Where the fuck do they think people are gonna park? Well, they consider, and now you got bike lanes everywhere. These fucking bikers, man. Damn it.
They didn't know that they didn't know that people were gonna get a bunch of cars. That's why they had buses. They thought that you was gonna commute.
Oh, did they? Did they? Is the bus gonna drive up to my doorstep? Because that's what I need. I need a bus to drive me to my doorstep and all the places in between. I'm not hopping on a bus to go get a slushie on the way home.
But I don't know why you had to go get a slushie from there.
I was thinking about it for most of the day.
There's not a slushie place near your house?
I wanted it on the drive. I don't have to validate why the hell I want a slushie at that time. I wanted a slushie at that time. So I've been thinking about the guy and I planned it out perfectly for the drive so it'll melt a little bit, and it would be nice melted during the drive while I make it home. That's why.
Oh man. Well, well, you know what? What did we learn from this?
Fucking parking people are assholes, dude. Like I should seriously be a movement. There's something online for isn't there a Reddit account for this bullshit? Something. I'm gonna start a thread. I'm gonna
When did this happen? Today or yesterday?
anti-parking thread. I'm started. It happened last night. It's still on the floor of my car too. What I'm looking at now is my other stack of tickets that I brought in the house.
Oh
And
no.
son of a bitch. I'm just mad at this technology. By the way, my tickets paid for that technology that he used against me last night.
Well, you know what? With people like you, the city will never go broke.
No, I guess not. Especially not. I should have a plaque somewhere in the middle of City Hall of my contributions.
Well, Emmanuel says that you're a little parking snob. You know what?
I don't know if that qualifies to be parking snobbish.
I just think you listen. I
I
don't
think I'm a parking activist. There's a difference.
know parking activists. Well, as long as you're not parking on people's grass, so like
I
But I
should
do
be able
know.
to now.
No, you ain't parking. Don't park on my grass.
I should I should be entitled to park on people's lawns now, man.
Look,
Covered
I like
sidewalk.
the fact that my yard has a fire hydrant in front of it because I know
Uh,
nobody can park right there. Like I literally like, yeah, don't park right here.
that works. Nobody can park over there too, right? They do. They probably do that, man. Me in the car, bobbing my head, listening to some music, waiting. Like you see this guy. This guy was like Batman. The way that he showed up with the goddamn thing, I'm still upset about it, bastard. Because it was too quick. It was too quick. There was no room for negotiation. No taking it back. No nothing. Like this guy he just jerk. Mm. So yeah, that was a little bit of my experience.
See,
Both interesting. But
man,
you were talking shit about my technology use and some other stuff.
I'm just saying what you should do is put some shorts up. Like I like when you give commentary and you do the recording of your commentary.
Okay.
That would get you it would over videos. That would definitely be that would get you right where commentary because you have the voice. You have a radio voice. So
Yeah, but
I always tell you
saying
that.
some shit to somebody else, yeah, they do. It's fucking everything I do, everywhere I go. Your voice, do you radio? It's like
You need to do
nope.
you need to do reaction and commentary videos.
Well, what's the difference between them? Are they like the same thing?
Commentary and reaction videos. Okay, so a reaction video, you're reacting in real time so that
Like, oh shit, did you see that? That's my reaction.
yeah, and then I can't even take you seriously. Commentary, like you give your commentary on current events, and then you go live and you can speak on it. But
that's
you
my reacts. That's what I do. That's what I
right,
do.
that's what I'm saying. But you just do that more, and then you do shorts to kind of like tie it, and it's like do the short to like kind of like start it, but then they have to go to the video to watch the whole thing, and then you put the title of the video, yeah. So like you start off with the like commentary, and then it kind of cuts off, and then they have to click on the link to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time you did a short and that made me want to look at the video. Like I was like, wait, what? What is that? And then I went to the video and there was a video. I was like, oh yeah, the whole video here.
Did I leave a link for the video?
No, that's where you messed up at.
Oh. Well, what do I care if I leave a link for the video or not? What do I care if
Because
you go
the
look at
whole
another video?
video,
That's your job.
no, because you want to get the watch hours, and you give
By
commentary.
referring to another video, I would get the
No,
watch
the
out.
rest of the video, like it's kind of like it's just like a short is a short. Like you just using that 8 seconds to get people to kind of.
Oh man, did you hear about this video? I'm going to talk more about it in this video.
No, you ain't. But you ain't gonna say it that way. You gonna react to it, and then you're gonna lead. And the title will be the commentary. You already kind of do that anyway. You just need to put the link in there.
And by putting the link, it would be in the shorts where I put my music.
Right. Yeah, and then people just click on the link because that's what I normally do. If I see a short that I really like, and it's and then it says the videos over here, I will click the link and it directs me to
Oh, that's what Lorna's saying.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that shit. That's why I just put the music over there.
Yeah, that's why
I know anything more than that.
That's why we're gonna learn how to do this.
This is why I'm retiring after the 100th episode.
You ain't retiring.
The big 100. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. Like we're retiring at 100, most likely. So we'll see how it
goes. Unless there's more commentary.
Unless there's more commentary.
Yeah, unless there's more things to talk about. Like this was good. It's
always gonna be stuff to talk about.
You're right, but you was on current events. You was talking about art. You was talking about what was happening right now.
Okay, as opposed to what?
Not something that happened like how some people send you like a meme, and they send you a meme from like a year ago. Like when people were talking about it, and then I saw you talking about it too. I literally like when they were talking about what happened with Reese, with her and the monkey, like I saw you talking about it when everybody else was talking about it.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's how you do it. You get that way by focusing on what's going on right now. You make a video about it.
Well, that's the only reason why I do make a video is because it gets in my algorithm so much that I know it's a thing. And then I finally have to look at it and be like, oh, okay. And then either it has interest that I have to make a comment on it or I leave it.
And then you put the tags in there so that your whenever, because I'm subscribed to you, if they talk about something that's related to what you're talking about, your video is going to show up too.
Yeah.
Right. We'll figure it out.
Will we figure it out?
Yeah, I'll just, I'll email you steps, easy steps. Look, you almost got me where I'm about to, so download the video so when you upload it, you could play it instead of it being from YouTube. So I know how to download YouTube videos.
You know what? I also get a message in my StreamYard that says if I don't back up my videos somewhere, then I'm going to lose them.
That's because you're using StreamYard. Now, Restream is cheaper than StreamYard and has more features. But
I don't pay for this.
I know, that's why you're on the free version.
So how do I back up my shit? See, I don't even see me doing that, to tell you the truth. I already deleted a lot to make room because you have to delete when you know how it works.
Well, you don't need it to be on StreamYard because your videos right now are sitting on YouTube anyway, so they're already up to YouTube.
So what does that mean? What if I want to go check out one of my old videos? What if I want to? Can I download my own videos?
Right. I can send you a link that allows you to download YouTube videos.
All right, so it's safe where it is. It doesn't matter if they take it away.
Not from StreamYard because it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on your if you go to your YouTube account, your video is still there.
Yeah.
Even if StreamYard, so it just deletes from StreamYard. It doesn't delete from YouTube
So it's safe there until what?
until
Till they
you
close.
decide to delete YouTube, or
But
unless YouTube flags it and decides to get rid of it.
if I want an archive of my videos, would I be able to do on like a flash
I
drive or something?
Yeah, I got YouTube videos that's like unlit, little privated. That when I first had an account earlier on, it's still there.
Okay.
I didn't even have StreamYard. I put them up there.
Well, aren't you fancy? All right.
You don't need StreamYard to upload a video to YouTube. You just push the plus. You know that.
Yeah, I can make a video. I could just do a recording, but then
But you're talking about your live videos. Yeah, your lives are still
no,
there.
both. But even though, like, okay, so even look at the way I do the videos, where I might show some shit in the background and all of that. I could only do that with StreamYard. If I can't do it on my, whatever the hell I would use, like Real Player or something like that,
Right, but there's other there's Melon, there's StreamYard, but no, the videos are still. So if you delete the video, if they delete your videos in StreamYard, right?
Mhm.
The videos still exist on YouTube because that's where you put it. That's the destination that you put it.
Yeah. All right.
So it's not going anywhere. So even if you just stop using StreamYard and use a different service, it's those other videos will still be on stream because I have Restream and I have StreamYard.
All right. Getting tired with the nerd talk.
He said nerd talk. Nerd talk.
It, it
I like
is. It just sounds
that.
like nerd talk right now. Oh my god.
Listen, I was just
Download.
this. Let's keep it real simple.
Mhm.
Hey Joe, how do I download my videos if I'm not using StreamYard? Oh, I can find a website or a link that will allow you to download your YouTube videos. Okay, that's it.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I simplified it for you.
All right, one day, not today. I'm
So
already nerded out with all this information for crying out loud.
I just made it simple. There was no extra information.
I'm not gonna remember that after after this.
You don't need to remember it because I remember it.
All right, all right,
I
all right.
I just email you the link. Here is a link for you to download videos from YouTube. Okay, that's it.
You have to say it like that. Oh my god, dude. Here is a link. Now I'm stupid. Now I'm an idiot. God
No,
damn.
that was me typing. You know, that's how it sounds when I type.
Oh,
And then
Lorna got a request. She said, for example, talk about the 39 New York police officers getting fired because they didn't take the psych test. How do you not take the psych test or get criminal background checks? NYPD people that hired them are getting fired or demoted.
oh wow, I gotta
Why
find.
would they have to do that?
They need look. Officers need to take a psych
Hell yeah,
test.
they do.
They definitely do. I ain't saying.
But somebody's letting them through without doing all that. Anyway, I don't want to speak on it if I don't know all the facts and going
Well,
into it. So,
we're gonna
if
read. We're
that's an
gonna read this.
official Lorna request, I will look into that because I believe it. I believe there's some sort of craziness going on with that too, man. Holy crap! Why? Hey, you didn't go to that next channel when we were done last week. Where'd you go?
Man, I logged. I was listen. I was there for 2 seconds, and then I crashed. I was asleep.
Oh, it was pretty good. The guy
Yeah,
has a good channel,
watch the replay. But nah, I felt lit. I'm telling you, this my brain is exhausted. Like with the information I'm getting right now, I just did my skills test on yesterday, and I still now next week we're studying. Like every job you have, you got to study and take tests all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's you don't need brain cells to come up here and talk about anything.
Right. But when you work, where I work, you have to have a brain. You have to think,
All right.
process.
And tomorrow's Saturday. You get to sleep in on a Saturday.
Um, yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go fishing on tomorrow.
Ugh.
What's
This is
wrong with fishing?
this is nature stuff. You're gonna be. Are you still in Texas? Are you fishing in?
Yes,
Where the hell would you fish in Texas? In the Gulf, the oily ass Gulf.
I'm not in that part of Texas. I'm North Texas. I'm
So
in Dallas.
even worse, some terrible stream.
No, we have big lakes here. What is wrong with you? Yeah, big Texas is.
You got
How
deserts,
far
man, in
over?
Texas,
No, I'm not. We got
and I
trees.
hate Texas.
We
Well, I
have.
hate driving through Texas. I
Listen,
used to
I don't
drive on
know.
the I-10 across Texas. It takes the whole day and night to
Yeah,
drive across Texas.
it takes like maybe 12 hours to drive across Texas from Louisiana to
And
New Mexico.
one time it was warm, and then it turned into nighttime, and I was between like two mountains or whatever it was. Got out of
I
the
don't,
car. It was freezing. It was below zero for some reason.
I
What
don't know
the
what
hell?
part of Texas that you be at, but where I'm at, there's nothing but trees and green and
And I was.
lakes.
This is all off the I-10. And two
Not
other
off
stories
the
about Texas.
20.
Two other Texas. I thought I saw my first UFO in Texas. I was driving. It was late, of course. It was dark, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw this huge rounding thing with lights. But on closer inspection, it was the highway on top of this mountain that went around. You just couldn't see it. But from where I was, it looked like a UFO, and I believe that.
Were you near El Paso?
Oh man, I don't. Whatever's close to the
That's
I-10,
the 10, right? So you were like you drove through El Paso,
all
Waco,
that.
all that. Yeah, you're not nowhere near like Houston or nowhere near um the DFW. Like you're not. You're
The
because
what?
DF
DFW?
right. It's called Dallas Fort Worth, Arlington.
Oh,
Yes,
whoopie doo.
it's three big huge cities all in one.
All right.
Um, so like I'm about like I Texas is closer to the Oklahoma where I'm at is closer to the Oklahoma border, and Houston is closer to the Gulf. Houston is where or Alley is.
All that shit.
Where I'm at is
Galveston.
Tornado Alley. Yeah, so I'm not nowhere near there. Like that's
Okay.
far, about four or
This is
five.
as big as shit. Should
Yeah,
be its
exactly.
own country.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really green here. Like what? It's trees, and
Well, that's what I think of.
I'm high up. Yeah.
I think of almost looking like Mexico, parts of Texas. That's what I think.
Yeah, but this part of Texas don't look like Mexico.
And I almost got attacked. I ran out of gas. Just about ran out of gas.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're at. You
So I
can't
had to
drive.
park and figure it out because it was like I only had enough gas to make one smart decision. And I literally rolled into a gas station. But they were these things because it was getting to sundown. If you look, they were coming from these weeds or whatever it was sand. And then I don't know if they were like wolves or whatever the fuck they were, but that was it. We had to jump back in the car and then try to make our way to a gas station because they were coming towards us. What were those things?
I don't know. I just know that I know exactly where you're at because if you were near like Albany, Odessa on the 10, there's like two gas. Like you literally have
Yeah.
to you have to
Yeah.
calculate it. You have to get gas
Yep.
right there.
Or else you're gonna run out.
Right. So
So
like I've driven like from here to California to New Mexico
it
to
could have been a manual. It could have been Chupacabra, dude. These
it
things were
wasn't.
coming out. Did you ever see Lady in the Water whatever it was, where the things in the grass come up. It was almost, it was, it was almost like that, man. I was with my cousin. We were so worried. We had to run back to the car and just be like, "Yo, just go," because whatever. There were many of them in this field where we just had to go, man.
They look like big rodents. They like really round, fat rodents. They probably was feral cats.
Uh, oh, I got cat stories, but maybe a little bigger than cats. Um, I can't even say, I can't even put a real figure. They move like wolves, but I'm not so sure they're
They
even
probably was
wolves.
coyotes. Cause we got coyotes here. Like I got coyotes in my neighborhood. If they were making noise right now, I would go stand outside so you can hear them. You'd be like, "What is that?" They yelp. They'd be
I don't know. When shit's new to you, you're just like, what are those out there? And they were moving like murderously, like Navy SEALs.
like,
And you're,
man, like I seen like vultures. I seen a bird the other like about a couple weeks ago. The bird was like came to my hip. It was so big, and it was at the lake too. One, it was with because I was near like the border of Oklahoma. I would because we went fishing over there, and oh my god, that it was like it flooded over there too. So the water was super high.
mm,
There was this bird that was standing on this rock, and it was tall, and it was just standing there like
that is nuts.
I like listen. I went camping when I was when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not scared of stuff.
I
Yeah,
don't like nature like that, man.
no,
We're nothing with nature, and we're not even living in the age where any common animal could have taken us out. There were times without humans to have like the friggin' dinosaur, all that shit. Can you even imagine being out around and seeing this stuff?
well, listen, when I was overseas, right, and like I got videos of me like standing like near an elephant, and then like and African elephants are violent, and
That's racist.
they are African
Why?
elephants are
'Cause they're
more
African.
they're like violent, more violent than
Who
Asian
says it?
elephants.
Who
They
says it?
they just are like they will attack you.
This sounds very racist.
Well,
This
I
sounds
can't
very
listen.
racist.
I don't know why them African elephants be. Have you ever seen the videos of them like coming at people in the little gaming
No, you
thing?
guys must be provoking these elephants. They're just
Man, listen,
violent because they're
I
African
I've
elephants.
never seen. I've seen over 50 elephants at once. I've never seen so many of them just all hanging with each other at once. And then
Now they're a gang. Now they're a gang of elephants.
yes,
What are you saying
man,
here?
I've seen zebras up close. They don't run from us either. I've seen well lions. That was scary. That was a little scarier for me.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah. And then I've
I
seen
don't
yeah.
like that you label the African elephants
They are
violent.
listen, they are very violent like they aggressive. How about that? They're really
Well,
aggressive.
why? What are you doing to them?
Nothing. They're just more aggressive
What
than
makes them more aggressive?
well, they just are.
Yep, me too, Emmanuel. This sounds like very racist stuff.
Listen, I
Yeah.
look.
Who
They're
told you that? The tour guide?
they're superly smart. Man, listen. I was
Oh,
in
now she's
neighborhoods.
trying to clean it up.
I was in neighborhoods, and the elephant was walking down the street,
Oh,
like,
not in my neighborhood. Is this what you're trying to say?
and then the monkeys. Oh man, I seen a baboon walking with his little baby that passed away. That was kind of sad.
Oh, Jesus.
That was sad. Like they just was outside, like the monkeys. They just walking around like it's nothing.
No,
They don't
that's.
come. They don't come up to you, and you don't mess with them. That's
Hey,
all I
you
know.
know where I'm never gonna go? I'm
Where?
never gonna go to Australia because
Yeah,
I think
no, I'm never going to
everything's gonna kill you
Australia.
over there.
Yeah, I'm never going to Australia. They got spiders that's bigger than who knows.
Yeah, I was looking that up like last week. Big as crabs, just big. First of all, spiders on their own are just alien creatures. They make an incredible web wherever the web comes from. They got a lot of it. They walk upside down on your ceiling. They could draw down from the ceiling. They could do a bunch of things. They could be poisonous as shit. So enough, the spiders are just ridiculous. And now in Australia, they got like 1 foot long spiders, man. And that's just one of the things. Every jellyfish in there could do something to you. Everything could kill you, is the way I see it in Australia. Sure,
Yeah.
just tell us what some of the
I ain't gonna even lie, shoot. They are, boy. Them elephants are scary. Like that elephant, when that elephant head butted that brother that was standing there next to it, and he had his hands up like he was trying to pose in front of it, and that elephant head butted him. I jumped. I said,
You
oh.
know what it sounds like to me? It sounds
What?
like they simply don't want to be bothered with you
They don't want me
thinking that it's cute. They don't have to think humans are cute. Just
Listen,
leave them alone.
I've they were at a sanctuary, but I fed them, I petted them. They got rough skin, but I'm not getting on top of no African elephant. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And that's it. I
Wow.
respect them. I respect them. They are beautiful
Wow.
animals and beautiful creatures from up close.
You
And
just wouldn't marry one.
no.
uh,
I just know that on top of the houses, I like on top of the houses they have like
What?
electrical fence. That's for the animals, and then they have shards of glass
Jesus.
on top of the fence. I was like, why y'all got shards of glasses on the border of your fence over there? And they said, oh, that's for people to not jump over the wall and break in. I was like, so they just gonna bleed out? There's like pretty much. I was like, oh wow.
Damn, that seems inhumane.
That's overseas. I'm telling you. I didn't see police officers with guns over there.
Damn.
I saw the military with like long rifles and things, but I didn't see.
I didn't know African lions had it. African elephants had it so tough over there, man.
African elephants, but the lions, and you know what's crazy? That they say that the lions, once they eat a giraffe, they crave giraffes after that. So I got to see these big giraffes, and oh my god, they're scarier over there than in the zoo. That's one thing.
With the giraffes?
Yes, but over there, no.
What the hell's a giraffe gonna do, man? With
Man,
big
let
ass
me
neck.
tell you something. They tear your ass up over there.
How's it even gonna get down and get you?
They don't get down. They kick the hell. They listen. They will follow you and be chasing you.
You just gotta go to a tunnel.
Man, I'm just telling you that I just seen animals outside. That's all I can tell you. They just outside.
Really? 2 giraffes fighting are violent? So what do they do? Just kick it? Do they headbutt each other?
Man, they be tearing
Break
each
each
other with
other's
that
necks?
neck. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never even thought of giraffes fighting. What do they have to fight over? Aren't they herbivores?
Territory, probably. The giraffe, like the animals I seen were way bigger in the wild than they are in the.
Yeah, sure.
And then I seen, the lions that they had that I saw. They they were scary.
What
Lions.
animals do I like? I'm trying to think.
Lions are not scared of people. Like I don't know
Why
how
would they be?
they're like over there. They're over there hunting animals that are not afraid of you. Like they're not going to run if you pull a gun out. That's crazy.
Why would you? They're the kings of everything.
Well,
No natural predators, no nothing.
the male lions is lazy, but the female
Oh.
lions pretty much do all the work.
What? Now, how do you come to that conclusion?
Because that's what they do.
What's a little lioness gonna do? Huh?
Did you know that male lions, right? When they take over that someone else's pride, they kill the cubs of the
Oh
lion that belongs
shit,
to the other lion. But I did not know that the
that's
women.
gangster.
I didn't know that the females lions do it too. They'll kill their own when there's another lion king.
Wait. You said they'll kill their own, not the other pride.
Yes. Yes. If another lion comes and takes over that pride and claims those women, they will kill their own cubs.
Now, what's the reason for that?
New lion.
No, like what, what is the message there? Why would they do that?
Because the male lion with new lion. That's new lion.
So the male, the lion comes into the household, takes
Right.
over the household.
Right.
The lioness is his now.
Yep.
There are kids in there,
Yep.
cubs, whatever.
Yep.
So the mother
Will kill her own cubs
will
too.
Susan Smith the cubs.
Yep. The male lion will already be trying to do it, but yeah, they'll do it. Yeah. Because yeah.
All right. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't just go in and put a foot down and being like, these are the rules. He's got to start fresh. Goodness, that is brutal. That is brutal, man.
Man, I've seen lion, and then the lion lose their canines and their teeth. They had a lion over there that was so old. They had them in a separate
Oh,
area because they would kill them, but because they don't live as long as as you think. Yeah,
how
but
what is the lifespan of a lion?
I gotta look it up. But this isn't. This is I can't say they're in captivity. This is more like how they got gaming parks for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they're different, and like the lions and the animals in a gaming park are bigger than the animals that's in a zoo. But the monkeys, they're not in the they're there. They're not in the gaming park. The monkeys they're just wherever they want to be. Like they just don't get.
No, they got the rules too, man. In
And
the
they got
animal,
these dogs, right?
they're
What?
brutal.
They call them Ridgeback. They got these dogs over there, right? And they're just walking around. They don't mess with you, but it's like they have a job to do. They'll be standing around you. They be wanting food and everything, but they do not come up to you or approach you.
Huh.
Yeah, they're different type. They do have I seen people with regular dogs over there, but no, these dogs, these Ridgeback dogs, it's just they call them struggle dogs. They're just walking around.
Struggle dogs.
Yeah, because you can see their real cage. But they got Ridgebacks.
Who you got in the one gorilla versus 100 men?
On the 100 men.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. If yeah, because all somebody gotta do is throw like a chain. Listen, if they can get a gorilla in a cage, then and it don't take 100 men to do it, then that didn't even make any sense.
Wait.
How do they get gorillas in a cage? They don't need 100 men to do it.
So we're talking hands. We're talking hands
Oh,
here.
you talk about physical altercation?
Yeah.
I still think 100 men.
You think 100 men. Now, these guys are like they could already. First of all, they have the strength of like 3 to 5 men, grown
Right.
ass men already.
You said 100 men, not
Yeah.
three. Right. 3 or 4 men, no. But 100 men, no.
So the guys are gonna get tired though. The ape chimpanzee will fight till the death. Humans won't do that. They're gonna tap out.
A massive like listen, but a man can be that we can be armed, coordinated. We can be organized. we can take him down. Like 100 men can take a gorilla. Like if you're talking about people, 100 men with a mind, not the mind of a silverback. Like
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know this one. No,
right, but
Emmanuel, we're not
but
talking about the tranquil. We're talking like you guys are meeting to
right.
take down this
But they're
silverback.
not. But a silverback is not trained for combat. So if you get men that are trained for combat,
They're
right?
trained to kill.
Right. But if you get men that are trained for combat to kill, right? Even though it's stronger than a human, right? And they strategize and everything, right? He might bite a few of those people, but 100 men, by the time they get to like 30 or 40 men, he'll be exhausted.
Mm, I don't
Look
know.
it up. Look it up.
You know what? Chat GPT it.
Okay.
That's my answer.
All right, let's do it. In a real world scenario, a single gorilla, even a massive silverback, could not take on 100 men at once and expect to
Wait.
win.
What are you reading?
ChatGPT.
How are you? How did you do that already?
I typed it in. Come on now.
How
Can't
the? When did you start typing that in?
listen. I can type fast. Like, what are you talking about?
No, that was way too fast. That was not. You were just like the parking ticket guy. I wasn't even done the sentence.
Listen, I can type. I just typed in, can a gorilla take on 100 men?
You
And
typed
they,
all that?
yes,
Get the fuck out of here. No, you did not.
yes, I did. I'm going to read it to you.
Jesus.
In a real world scenario, a single gorilla, even a massive silverback, could not take on 100 men at once and expect to win, especially if those men were armed, coordinated, or even semi-organized.
Said
But let's
armed.
break it.
Can't be armed.
But listen. But let's break it down a bit for fun, using both science and a pinch of imagination.
Right, well,
The
first
weight.
of all, we're talking hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, but listen, we're gonna read about it. So the weight of a gorilla is between 300 and 450 pounds. That's an adult male silverback.
Kimbo Slice.
The
Bigger.
strength estimated to be 4 to 9 times stronger than a human. Bite force is
Wait. How much more? How much
four
stronger?
4 to 9 times.
4 to 9 times.
Okay,
All right.
but you told me to type it in. Let me finish reading. Okay,
All right. All right.
bite force 1300 psi, stronger than a lion. Speed is up to 20 miles per hour in short bursts. Fighting ability, powerful arms, massive reach, devastating strike, but not trained in
Devastating.
combat. Okay, so 100 men, what kind?
This is like fighting the Hulk. By the way,
Wait,
if
I
the
know.
Hulk could fight 100 men,
Okay.
all
So
right.
100 men, what kind? Unarmed civilians, they probably will panic and break formation and get mowed down in waves. Martial arts or athletes are better odds due to strategy, speed, and coordination. Soldiers or special force, game over for the gorilla because tactics, teamwork, and discipline will win. So here's what the
What
scenario.
humans or which humans?
So here's the scenario.
Uh-huh.
All 100 rush the gorilla at once, unarmed. The first 10 to 20 are likely to destroy, toss, crushed, and bitten. The next 20, maybe
It's
they
4.
overwhelm it, but only if
Maybe.
they swarm him, right? After 30 men, the gorilla will get exhausted or overpowered. Verdict: the gorilla loses, but not before turning a bunch into ragdolls. On one, 100 times in a row, rest in between, a gorilla could win most, probably 80 plus fights before becoming fatigued, injured, or luckily take a lucky hit takes it down. If the men are armed, there's a big advantage.
Obviously.
Right. So the final verdict: a gorilla could wreck a dozen of unarmed men in a chaotic brawl, but 100, sooner or later, the numbers will win.
We're So they said your chat GPT said around 80, the gorilla might max out. 80
They say 50, but probably 80 if it before it
regular
gets
dudes.
right for fatigue, injured, or luckily hit a lucky hit takes it down.
So I'm saying that's already close to 100. You got
Oh,
20.
you
You
asked
got some
me,
nerdy mofos.
you
They're
asked me, and I just told you in with the science that
That's not
it's not
science. That's just a
possible.
guess.
I said possible because if I was to like, let's say I was to pick the 100 men, right? I wouldn't just pick regular men.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about 100 Navy SEALs.
I would pick UF fighters,
Nigga Shaq.
soldiers. Yeah, like I would pick certain men. Now, if you were talking about regular guys, just, a lot of them will just run off. They're not they're not fighting a gorilla, so that doesn't even make any sense.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Regular dudes. You can't get specialists.
Right, but regular dudes are not going to fight a gorilla. They're going to run.
Well, that's their problem. That makes the odds better for the gorilla.
Right, but the gorilla is not going to attack 100 men because 100 men would be dispersing from. They'll be going one way, going one way, or going this way and that way.
Well, now it's in the gorilla's favor. You're absolutely right. I see the gorilla
You talking
coming
about
out on top.
only because people are running and he's chasing down people, he's still going to get tired.
Still, this guy's ripping off limbs. They're evil fighters, dude.
Right,
They're
but why
not knuckling up.
Why would the
They
gorilla
know they go for your genitals and rip
right?
that up too.
But why would a gorilla be chasing 100 males? He's gonna get tired. He's not gonna chase. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go this way. So he's still
And
gonna.
so if you say that, then the humans are going to be tired quicker. Then they're going to weaken way quicker.
No, because we're clever. We're gonna hide.
No, stop with the clever. Humans are not clever.
Hide. We're gonna jump over the fence. We're gonna do all. We're gonna go
over
one
fences.
way. You act like the gorilla's gonna have his head on a swivel. If that was the case,
Absolutely, because it's an animal. It's got animal instincts.
Right, but it doesn't have it doesn't have the intellect that we have.
You are giving humans way too much power on this one.
Well,
and all that clever shit is going out the window
Listen.
as soon as they start. As soon as they're face to face with this thing, all that shit's going to go right out the window.
We have been face to face with them. That's why they're in cages right now, and they in zoos and stuff. Because if that was listen exactly, so you can't just not go with this argument because it's reality. Like in reality, if that was the case, then right now they would be at the key. They would be at high on the spectrum.
Bullshit. We got weapons. That's the only reason why.
But listen, before we had weapons, weren't we putting them in cages?
No, there were no cages. We just didn't fuck with them. We went wherever they weren't.
Okay. Right. So what were we using to catch gorillas in the first place?
Who was catching gorillas?
They were people doing this. We took over their habitat.
We took over. We made borders and shit, but nobody took over gorillas.
I think we took over their habitat.
Go back. This sounds racist. Go back to Africa and go roam in their backyards. Okay, and then you tell me where you put one of them in cages.
Listen, all I know is. But here's the thing: where do you think gorillas live? Because
wait, you know what that's like saying? That's like saying you're the king of the sharks because you have an aquarium.
Yeah, you are. Well, I'm king of the sharks. That's why I'm. Now, where do gorillas live? Right, gorillas live in the Congos, They live in Central Africa and Cameroon, right?
Places where you don't
In
go.
East, right? But they live in Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of the Congos. That's their original. That's where they live. That's where they are. There are subtropical forests in Central Africa. That's where they live, and it's two main.
Places people don't go because
Right
they know better.
now, why do we have gorillas in cages around the world?
You got some because you were lucky. You isolated, just like they caught slaves, dude. They were out on the outskirts. It was strategic. It was strategic. They didn't just go in scooping up
Right.
gorillas,
You know what they were doing to
and they
catch.
got tranquilizers.
No, they didn't have tranquilizer. You know how they were catching slaves back then? What they were doing was they were digging trenches, covering them trenches with leaves, and then they were running, and then the people would fall into those trenches, and then they would put chains on them. That's how they caught them. So like
That's how they caught some of them.
that's how
Well,
they.
look, your alter egos here. What's up, YM? Had a whole discussion about you, man. Whole discussion about you, and you come showing up over here.
We are over here arguing about why I believe that 100 men cannot take on a gorilla. Like,
But
after
whoa! Wait a minute. Wait, that's not the discussion we had about you. First of all, you're mixing stuff up. You
not,
just made that sound horrible. Oh my god, dude.
well, no, that's
Before
not it.
about the record album thing, and
Right, right.
then now this over here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't mix up.
Well, not when
I
it
say we're
came.
talking about her, then you just mentioned gorillas. What the fuck?
No, no. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
When we were talking about you, we were talking about the whole album cover thing. But
Yes.
right now, we are talking about gorillas. Exactly, Lorna. We have gorillas in cages because we have killed and destroyed their habitat.
Oh, stop. Well, yeah, that's not a good thing because
I
we
know it's not a good
overextended our
thing.
boundary. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what this is. All right, because I don't like people. I don't even like hunters that brag about hunting and all. Hunting is like, say you went home and you were eating a TV dinner in peace in the sanctity of your own home, and all of a sudden your wallpaper comes to life and shoots you, boom, between the eyes. That's what the human tactics are on hunting. It's the same shit. There's bitch ass hunters that do it like that. It's weaponry, not because they're smarter or they're more conniving. It's
They
because
use,
they're wimpy people.
right. They use fire. Well, they use fires and smoke, and they ambush them. They drop. They use spike pits, bait traps. Yeah, they use all kinds of things.
We didn't cause border. Plymouth Rock landed on. No, we kept away from them. We found places we can't go and put up borders so they don't come in and intrude on human life. Not the other way around.
Well, it's a good thing that now they're protected, and it's a crime to try to kill one. So
Because humans with technology, that's all.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with it 100%. I don't agree with it. I don't believe that the average person, 100 people can defeat a gorilla. But if you was to if I was to say, hey, I got an army full of people that I trained to attack a gorilla, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not crazy about zoos, but I know a lot of zoos have refuge, animals as refugees that they're trying to save or they're trying to repopulate. So I agree with that part, but in the beginning, they were capturing animals and using them to
They were
show.
capturing people the same way.
Yeah, they were doing that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like I know when I went to, because I like to go to see those animals and just see how they are, and I noticed that some places will like have certain like pandas or whatever, and they'll be trying to figure out how to mate them, and then they put them back in the wild and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I could agree with whatever. Even though it's like there's evolution, man. Shouldn't some things just die out?
should they?
Yeah, I think they should.
Yeah,
Right?
but
That's
my
why the
dream.
dinosaurs went and the dodo bird and all this other shit because they weren't needed anymore. Why are we trying to save stuff?
Yeah, but see, in my brain, there's people that should die out, and they're not dying out. So
Well, yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
That I agree with too.
there's
That is that's what they call the buffalo herd theory, where the weakest that hang on the outskirts because they can't keep up get eliminated.
man. Well, who uh who am I to choose
The idiots.
who gets to die
Get
out?
rid of the idiots. Get rid of the idiots. There should be something for. I mean, and this is coming from we've been through eugenics and all this other nonsense, but there's gotta be something where the dummies just gotta go for being dummies.
Well, when I was overseas, I always had a huge respect for animals, and
Do you?
when I was overseas,
Except for the African
I learned about totems.
elephants.
I learned about totems, right? I learned about totems here when I was in college.
Wait, about what? Are you saying turtles?
Totems.
Totems?
Yeah, like people, indigenous people have animals
Oh, okay, okay.
that they're kind of like they find, those animals are, they protect, they have their own totems and stuff like that. So indigenous people had a huge respect for animals, right? And so they saw them as animals that that they should respect and protect and things like that. I don't know where that changed. I can kind of hint
Yeah,
because we do have uh we do move like viruses.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Human beings, look, listen, a common cold and flu can kill us. But we move like viruses too.
Absolutely.
We're
Absolutely.
like hosts too. We move around.
Everywhere we go. Absolutely. Even to each other, man.
Yeah. So um it's very interesting to see those cultures actually respected those animals, and then somebody came along and said, no, you're not supposed to worship anything but this imaginary deity that we came up with.
Absolutely.
And tried to change that whole thing. So but yeah,
Absolutely.
but still, I'm back to what I said. I don't think the average, if you're talking about the just some regular men trying to go after 100 gorillas, you know, 100 just average men, maybe incarcerated men trying to go after a gorilla. Maybe
First of all,
you're
it's
right.
not to say 100 average men, just like they're like, pfft, it's like average men are nothing like first, the first 100 average, whatever men. That's kind of the way I see it. But I'm now on the side of the gorilla. I think we get 100 average guys, which is what we would get. Because we're just talking about the population, whatever represents the population. We're not looking for supermen. We're looking for if we take one of these out of its population and some of these out of their demographic, who would win? Gorilla, dude. Gorilla.
Are we talking about realistically?
Yeah.
I just think the gorilla's gonna get tired, and the gorilla
They
doesn't.
don't get tired like that. They are damn near superhuman. Their tired is not our tired. And even in their tired state, they're they don't tussle. They they fight to the death. We don't. We get a bruise, we get hit the wrong way, we're like, fuck it, I'm out. They're going to the end. It's just what I think. That's what I'm staying with. Go Rillas. And that's it. And I didn't even get to my other thing, which were alligators. Did I mention that already?
No.
Anyway, I like the alligators. We can end that conversation. I got nothing more to add as being the predators sort of deal. That's where I was going with that. Anyway, YM, if you're still there, what the hell? Is somebody shooting up in your place over there?
I think that was my. What did I do? Was that my chair? That was my chair. It squeaks.
Firecrackers going on. Look, you made YM leave.
I didn't make YM leave. YM is making her rounds.
Right? That's exactly what that is. Hey, what's up? I'm out. Who else is live right now? Nobody that I know of. It's the people that you guys know.
I don't know if anybody's live right now. I haven't been paying attention. Oh yeah, there is somebody live right now. Oh Lord.
Who's live? Oh, it sounds like one of your favorites.
No, it wasn't. I was like, when I say oh Lord, that isn't one of my favorites. That's somebody that need to be on some type of strong medication and in a straitjacket.
There's a couple of. Oh, she's back. She's back. YM. YM. I'm talking directly to you. Are you listening? Are you there? Huh? I'm just going to start. I need to know you're over here before I go into this. We already did this, 2 hours ago. Spoke about you, but I'm going to do it one more time. First of all, you should have been here. How long have we been doing this? It was 3 hours ago. All right, YM. Are you ready? See, she is really making her rounds. She's like, what's up? She's on the next page. Nothing. No last call happening over here. You missed my retirement announcement. Everything. Come on. Get back on here, YM. This one's for you directly. Oh, there we go. So how dare you? How dare you say you didn't know that my thumbnails were albums with the title out and last call inserted on the name of the title? How dare you say you didn't know, or you didn't even say you noticed my handy little artwork that I did all this time? We are on episode 44. I've been doing this. I put in great effort to make sure that I don't only select great artwork, but great albums, digging in the crates and putting my name in there. So you didn't even, all this time, you didn't even notice my creativity. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? Explain that. I'm putting this up. She said, that's not what I was saying. I said, I wondered why you were doing it. Is that what you said? I'm not sure that's what you said. I thought you said you didn't even notice my handiwork.
You didn't even.
No, she's changing. She's changed. Don't jump sides. Don't jump ship. This affects us. This is us against YM.
She clarified what she meant.
No, she's clarifying now. You need to look. You need to go back and look at each thumbnail and know that it's an album cover. That I even did this one. Believe it or not, YM, I did this week's thumbnail just for you. Just for you. Because you commented in my shorts for Diggable Planets. I use the Diggable Planets to show you what Last Call does. I put my Last Call name on the Diggable Planets album cover in there. I did exactly what we were talking about last time. Did you notice? You need to look back at the thumbnail now to see my artwork again. says, "Nah," I said, "I was wondering what you were trying." Ooh, see, I think that was more like what you said. And I still don't know why you do it. Ouch. So she was wondering what you were trying to do, which means I didn't achieve, the desired outcome that I was attempting in the first place. And still don't know why I do it, which is kind of like, why do you do this foolishness? Is she
But
saying?
she just trying to understand,
I'm
just tell
offended.
you are a music head, and whatever you're talking about, you relating it to the topic and the
You
music.
would know this, YM. You would know this by now. You've commented on my music selections that I've put out there. How do
Listen,
you not know this?
she just probably wanted you to just explain it for the audience, just in case.
No. My feelings are hurt here.
She didn't
What?
want to listen. She didn't want to jump to conclusions.
But it's very negative. What I was trying to do, and why am I still wasting my time with this nonsense? Is
She
what I get from the
just didn't know why you do it. Like she didn't know why you would add your name to an album cover.
ouch.
So
YM.
so listen, you got
Sorry.
to explain it to the audience. Hey, I typically,
What,
what,
what? Complete it.
no, why you related to your top, your thumbnail. Why is your thumbnails album covers?
Cause and at a time there were actually movie covers too, but I decided to continue with the album cover theme because I like music. I like the old school stuff. And if you see it, it might encourage you to dig in your crates a little bit and bring some of these guys that I like so much into your rotation off of that also. So it's like a little of paying homage to, some of these people, getting a little bit of exposure and having a little creative fun, if you will. YM. Let me see. No, not about his name.
And then it could be
It's
the
about the whole
album.
thing.
You can make it the album of the week.
Oh, that's all right. It's okay.
Man,
And
listen.
then lately, if anybody noticed, if anybody cared to be here on time, when I start my show, I do the generic little music. But lately, I've been slipping in a song or two in the intro for people to jam. Does anybody know what today's song was? Huh?
Look,
Don't answer, Emmanuel, if you're there. Anybody? Guess?
what's messed up is that was a sting towards me when I heard it,
A
and
couple people.
all I gotta do is go on my other device and go back and just start playing.
All right. Well, tell me what you got then, Miss a Technology. You
Exactly. Trying to be difficult.
no YM. She also was very late showing up
Yeah,
today, even though
listen,
she said she'd be here, and
wait, hold on. Let me
just
see.
popped up late. Oh, it's loud.
That's from my phone. Ain't that crazy?
Is it?
Can't hear myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I was having technical difficulties too. That's right.
First of all, Emmanuel, did you look at the picture? Don't make me. That was the beat for a while to do that, and they also.
Wait, you went too far.
I went too far back.
Yes, right after this. It's like a minute. Can't even believe you're doing this. This is disrespectful.
Well, you told me to do it.
This is disrespectful, man. that we have to go back in the middle of the show for what you missed. I wasn't.
You weren't ready?
Oh no. Never mean to Emmanuel.
Yes, you was. You was being to Emmanuel. You was having technical difficulties
I
there.
was. I couldn't even hear myself. There was something weird going on, which I still didn't quite figure out, but whatever. All right.
See, it worked. Wait, hold on, let me fast forward.
All right. Just leave it. I wasn't being mean. Wasn't being mean.
That's loud, huh? Wait, hold on, let me turn it up.
No, I think it's actually fine. Oh, super long intro, crying out loud.
I know.
I was just getting ready, and I was trying to adjust the mic, man.
People are hearing the beginning.
All right, here we go.
Another line.
And I think I was talking a little, but
Technical difficulties. What up? Damn it.
I don't want to hear myself.
Happy Friday in the house. And you know what, man? I'm just going to start it a little something like this. People on a Friday.
See, this is how we started today.
Oh, you play some Schoolie D?
Hopefully you can hear me. Last call live. Oh, I got to drop the one.
I'm going to listen to this when we get up.
That was good, man. I love Schoolie D.
It doesn't matter. You would have heard it if you were in the house.
Listen, that's the song of the week in. So if you want to listen to Schoolie D this weekend, last call, he started off for us. So
I might put it in my shorts. It might be on one of my shorts display.
Exactly.
For the week.
Next week, can it be Treacherous 3?
No, we spoke about Treacherous. You know, it's funny. We actually brought up, again, a thing that you missed. We brought up the Treacherous. If you listen for a few more minutes, which you will on your own time, I mentioned the Treacherous 3.
Oh,
shortly.
Okay. Good. Because that's
all that you missed.
I'll be listening to this weekend.
So this means you didn't even have your notification on for the show.
Well, I kind of did.
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you something. Not only did I have my notification on, I got a message from someone that said, "Are you gonna be there?" And I said,
"Oh my God!" And you still ignored the show. Yeah.
I showed up. I was here.
Oh shit!
My phone was down. Listen, my do not disturb was still on from last week on Friday, so I have to change.
This is not good for my self-esteem. None of this, YM, you, none of this is good for my self-esteem in here, man. Oh my God!
What happened was, it's not your fault. My do not disturb was on.
Holy shit!
I had to turn it off. Listen. When I'm working, I have to have my do not disturb on, and then I have my sleep on. So my phone doesn't even ring. So I don't even know how I'm even getting messages. But only if the phone is in my hand. So the phone wasn't in my hand at the time.
Nice.
I was cooking. Look, you was over here burning and rushing and burning up the meal. And I was cooking and trying to be precise and ready.
And I made it, and you weren't.
I made it. I'm here. And I made it for the main topic. Look, we're going back and forth. I made it for the main topic.
Sure. So do you understand why I am now? My artwork and everything. You
You
get
understand?
it. Jeez, all the work I put in. Now working towards my retirement.
Look, you
My
need to
my
listen. I love album covers. You need to, put up some album covers.
you well, a little bit more of
I'm gonna take
Emmanuel, but
over.
Emmanuel used to come around when I was doing my mixes back in the day. He would show up. You would get the mixes after they posted. Emmanuel would show up during the mix session. You
Oh
know
yeah,
that?
I remember I used to kind of like you would be playing a mix, and I would just sit back and I would just be listening.
You're like, this guy's good. Wow. What
No, I
that?
just like them.
No.
I just like your mixes. Like, like it would be something I would listen to, and then if I was like working while you're playing the mixes, then I
Yeah.
would just listen to the whole mix.
Yeah, I had some dope stuff until YouTube would cut me off. Sometimes they cut me off early. Um, sometimes they let me play
That's
a
why you
little
need
bit.
to be on is it YM, what is it? It's not Twitch, it's the other one.
I use SoundCloud. It used to be on there, but I stopped paying for the membership thing.
Oh, there's another site that people go on because Jazzy Jeff that's why he's not really on here like that. Because what he kind of does is he'll drown out the sound so he could play it here. But on I think is it Twitch? Yeah, I think it's Twitch, or he's on there and he's playing it. He like, yeah, on the other sites he could play it. He do all his DJ and mixing. I'll find out because my
What do
husband
you mean he drowned out the sound? Thank
like,
you, Emmanuel.
yeah, like because my husband listens to him and listens to Scratch Bastard. He subscribed to Scratch Bastard.
Nice.
That's all you need. You just need to be able to do DJing and mixing, and then people get a subscription to it, and bam, you're on and cracking.
I don't even have half my music anymore. That's the shitty part of that.
Oh, what happened to it?
A couple computers ago, it crashed and lost all my shit, and
No.
that's
Like,
about that.
you can't get it back? Like, you didn't have it on an external hard drive or nothing?
No, that hard drive, they both broke down almost at the same time. So it was in the middle of a backup, which I used to do once in a while. And
Never. You didn't take it to a place to see if they can recover it?
I don't even know where the main one might be now. I might be able to take it to somebody who I just met recently. He's looking at my other computer. So if he does a good job with this one, maybe, but I don't know. It's been so long. Man, there was a lot of music on that thing. I could have gone a whole month without listening to it, the same song, if I just kept playing it, if I shuffled it. So I don't know. Building back music is just
Truth be told, right? But like in a previous life, which was like last year or so, I used to work with people who were like DJs, and that's what our job was, to help them recover their music and stuff.
I don't know. It's heartbreaking, man.
I
Like
know.
I'm never gonna, unless
Hey,
I get back the exact same thing from a hard drive, I'm never gonna be able to recover the music that I had and how I even built it. I mean, obviously it came from CDs and stuff, and then bought a whole bunch of shit. But building up what I had is next to impossible right now, man. So
man.
what the hell can I do? And I've moved around so much that I just I don't know if I even kept the same hard drives when I started taking them out too. So it might be there, it might not. Whatever. That was a different
Well,
life ago.
listen, if you're still in the music, you can start fresh.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. And as you know now, I am a crate digger. So I used to find the rarities, the rare stuff before I put that on. So.
Listen, all I know is that I know somebody that can find rarities too, and they're into all of that stuff. I'm just letting you know. I'm just saying. He
All
says,
right. Listen.
YM says somebody could have saved it.
No, I don't know. I may have given up on that. You know, I don't
Well,
even have all my equipment the way I used to. I'm never gonna have that set up again unless I go and invest to do all that. Which I don't know. I don't see it.
that's not your hobby, your passion, or you lost passion for it.
You mean before or after or what?
No, after, like now, like this you lost. It's not.
Yeah, I lost it. That's years of building up music and finding stuff and like
But music isn't your thing still. Like you're not like into it right now.
uh
Like
no,
oh, you just taking a break. You just tired.
no, just this. That's it, man. That's it. It's
Listen, you could be a library. You can have an archive. You know how much. You know what I mean. That what's in your head, that knowledge, how much that is worth.
the only way to even get a fraction of what I have is to sit here now and try to download shit from YouTube. That's not even enough for me. I was meticulous in the way that I filed things on my computer. Everything with the name, everything with the album it came from, the year, how many cuts. It like that's how good it was, right? So there's just I can't invest in that. There's no going back in that, man. You know. So I do have to accept it as a huge ass loss. And that's yeah, that's it. That's it. And then I used to make these mixes. Only lately, I used to have to wait for how I would construct a mix, like do an intro, what songs I would play until I feel like I got a good hour to be able to make a CD or something like that. Only recently, I think I come up with about half of that for the songs that I would have to download to be able to do that mix and everything like that. But I don't know. It's different. It's not appreciated. Even this dude I work with, he thinks he's a DJ, but he stinks at it. He's just slapping the songs together, and the software that he uses does the mix for him. So he doesn't even know how to get that groove going to like lap the beats up to have one song cut off and one song be put in over there. The art. It's gone. It's gone, and it's not even appreciated anymore. You know.
Like
So
I'm gonna tell you this story, right? So when I was getting married, right, I met this. I found it. This is back when Craigslist was like kind of popular.
mm,
Found this guy, right, and he was on Craigslist, and this is a brother. I don't even. I gave him a chance. I said, "Could you do my venue?" Blah blah blah. This and I told him he could play. I gave him like kind of the genre that I was looking for, and but I just told him don't play these 5 songs at my, like I don't like don't play when I'm with you. Don't play John like like I have 5 songs, like we like came up with 5 songs we did
all
not
right.
play, right? This guy came, he was so professional, he got the crowd hyped. He had the music selection good. I mean, it was down to the T. This guy, this, and he only charged me like $150.
Oh wow.
This dude right now, about 2 G's. He is so professional now. He got a big company. Music, like his music background is insane, and it's just to see this dude blow up like he did.
Mm-hmm.
Just because people, took the opportunity to kind of different people just kind of like word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like every time I see him, like I just remember I'm like, this dude did my video, like this dude, like his music, like he could do all types of genre of music, house, everything, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I'm just saying that's what you remind me of. He just had a passion for it, but he had his own company,
Mm-hmm.
DJ equipment. I mean, he got other DJs that work with him just as professional and good as he is.
Mm-hmm.
He does everything, graduation parties. Now he didn't expand into limo services. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that you could have done all of that.
Yeah, I could have done a lot of shit, but you
But you know
know.
what I'm saying? But your music mind, like what I
But the
like.
thing is, even now, I had to stop, and I'm kind of glad I did
Why?
I don't understand the music today. It all sucks. It all sucks. I'm not willing to pretend that I like. So when I was kind of, I guess, phasing out, I used to have to ask my homeboy, who I was kind of teaching how to DJ at the time, if he stuck with it. Uh, like what was hot, so I could get that shit out of the way, the current shit out of the way, so I could go and do what I do, you know. And at least for a while, people who knew me, or bought my services or whatever, they would let me do my thing because they knew I was taking them on a ride to, like, I was going to build it up. I knew where the good stuff was. I knew how to end it. I knew where to bring in the old school. It was all about getting back to the old school stuff, and everybody having a good time with that. These days, I don't get what people like about the bullshit that's coming out today, other than it's just the now song. So um, that was just a good part for it for me, where I was able to do it. And these days, people don't let you do your craft, right? They think you're like a jukebox or something like that, where they could just make request upon request without you building and even looping a mix or something like that, where like they used to do it in the park in the old school, where you would do a break beat and let that play for a while, and they let you do some stuff in there and recognize your artwork. All that stuff went away, so it's not even appreciated now. The new thing is all buttons, all buttons, and they cut it down in the middle of the song so they could throw in another instrumental in there, which is okay. Some people used to do it on vinyl, and even though I moved away from vinyl, my mind today is still how to operate through vinyl. How would it sound if you use vinyl, not using these little tricks and stuff so people are like, oh, you did that, because they're not really getting it anyway. What makes it so special? And you're not doing anything. You're not pacing the songs together. Your computer's doing that for you. So I don't know. It's just different, man.
Well, I'm still into music. I still listen to old music. I was making a few playlists today,
Oh,
and I'm gonna continue on making playlists. Old school music. There is people out here that's really into it, and it is what it is. And I like when people can relate. And I think it's gonna turn back around. I think that this is gonna, the music is gonna be terrible for quite a little bit, like it kind of dipped off in like the 80s or whatever, and it's gonna come back
yeah.
around.
I don't know. It's so trash. You got these trash people, man. Nothing just sucks. And anybody could do it. Anybody could put it out, and anybody could hype it up for however it becomes popular. It's not becoming popular because of the quality of stuff. I listen to the stuff that some of my coworkers, I just can't even stomach it. It's all just auto tunes, nonsense and stuff, and I'm like, eh, I can't. It's all garbage, man. It's all garbage.
I don't know about that because I don't be listening to any of that. So I like I have Apple Music, so my Apple Music playlist don't play none of that. Like it plays what like music that I like, and then finds music similar to that taste. And so I got into it with somebody about that. They were like, well, because this is number 10 on the Billboard. I said, my Apple Music don't play none of that. It's because
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Don't talk to me about the Billboard, man, because there's just nothing out there. So if I were going to DJ, then you have to get that crap out of the way, first of all. And it's just like most people you're talking to don't really get it on that level, you know? And it's like, man, I remember some of the venues I used to play for. Also, I would stick around even when everything's over, and the cooks and all the cleaners and stuff would come out of the kitchen, and I'd do another jam. I just keep it going because they used to love what I was doing, for them to get a chance to jam out, man. That was that's how much I loved it. I didn't mind going as long as they were enjoying it out there. They were like, all right, cool, man. let's do another party. Yeah, but no more. I'm retiring that too.
Oh
Crying
man.
out loud. We'll see how.
Well, you'll be doing. Yeah, I have faith in you. You'll be doing it. You'll be doing something similar to it, or something gonna come up, and it's gonna be music related, and
You
you gonna
think so?
be right back at it.
We'll see how the hell it goes, but there's no plans to do that now. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I have the enjoyment of it, and it's a lot to set up. Like I have nothing of what I used to have before. So, you know, well, we'll see how. It was amazing to have my house sounding like a club because I had all the equipment in there and all that. You catch me on a Saturday night, even with the smoke machine. I used to get pizza delivered and then have to open the door, and the fog machine would be like kicking out as soon as I opened the door to get the pizza. I was like, what is going on in there? I'm like, I'm just DJing, man, just trying my shit. All right, you know. But yeah, those were the days, man. You know, what else do we got? We got anything else? Are we closing up?
No, I ain't got nothing else. I guess we closing up. Closing up.
Close, closing up shop. I didn't get this one about Stephanie. What happened? A guy in the town you grew up in Oklahoma met his ultimate demise the hands of a water buffalo. See, you can't.
He adopted it the day
Day
before.
before, you have no idea about. Well, I'm not. You can't say anything bad, man, because of the outcome. But I wouldn't trust nothing. Like it's like taking a lion indoors and be like, I just met this motherfucker. And whatever happens the next day, so it doesn't know it's feeding time, man. It's over for you. Damn, a water buffalo. I gotta. Is that what's the difference between a buffalo and a water buffalo now? Is there a distinct difference? Do you know the answer to that?
No, all I know. Listen, I respect animals. I'm not petting a water buffalo. I'm not going up to a water buffalo. I'm not
Me
going
too.
up to a coyote. I'm not going up to a small. I remember one time I seen a possum. My dog stopped me. She let me know. I had to put my glasses on. I looked. Well, actually, I think I took a picture. I zoomed in and took a picture, and I walked and I looked at the picture, and it was a big ass possum. I was like, oh, let me get on out of here.
Well, they wouldn't attack you. What do possums do? Anything?
They can have rabies. I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah, all that shit could have rabies. You're absolutely right, man. All right. So as we get out of here, Josephine, what do you got? Any announcements? Anything coming up?
No, not yet. But
Anything you're working on?
yeah, I'm working on some little small little video clip, and putting my other channel together that I'll eventually leak here.
Okay. Sounds good. And are we gonna have you next week or what, man? What's up?
Yeah, I'll be here next week. I'll try to be on time.
All right, man.
I'll be here next week.
All right. It sounds good. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the time. It might or it might not just be somebody's birthday. I don't know. Thank you for checking out the channel. Thank you, Josephine. Your contributions, everybody who stepped in here. You know I'm just joking. I like everybody who comes in and gives their opinion. And if you don't like my artwork, you could just let me know that you do not like my artwork. That is fine. But I'm glad we cleared that up too, man. Look for us live 9 p.m. on Fridays and check out the videos too. Definitely appreciate everybody coming out. Peace. Have a good night.